Hey, it's week 3 of the high school football season, and by this point, most teams are starting to figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are. Coaches are fine-tuning their squads to get prepared for the upcoming district season. Tonight in Hanover, 2 perennial powerhouses are going through some changes. Hanover Wildcats are 0-2 for the first time since 2005, which was Matt Hoyer's first year as the head coach. Offering their tonight's game of 1-1, coming off of a 54-0 win over Stockton last Friday. Each team trying to find the right mix of players to have their most optimal success. Hanover lost in week 1 to Clifton 5, 56-6, before falling last week at El Saline, 50-14. We already mentioned Osborne with a 54-0 win last week over Stockton as they lost their season opener to Hill City there in Osborne at 58-12 on September 2nd. Good evening, high school football fans. Along with color commentator Ty Clover, Dusty Donna is with you on KNDY and online at sunflowerstateradio.com from Hanover, Kansas. As we get ready for tonight's matchup, Todd, it's a great night for football here in Hanover and a chance for 2 teams to improve this season.
Well, that's what they're looking for tonight, is to see some big improvement, especially with right over the horizon. You're seeing the district play getting ready to start. So, you got 2 teams that are used to having a lot of success. I think this is going to be huge for the teams to show really what they can do this year to get them really on a roll with district playing started. And it's so nice to be in Hanover and the amazing press box that they have put together.
First time I've been in the new press box, and I'm already spoiled. There's so much room up here. It's insane. It's a nice night tonight. Temperatures are supposed to be around 81 at kickoff. Winds out of the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. So it'll be a good night for football here in Hanover. Stay tuned on our pregame shows. We'll be joined by both coaches, Steve Terran of Osborne and Matt Hoyer from Hanover on KNDY FM 95.5 and in our area in North Central Kansas for our listeners there at KNDY94.com. Thanks for being with us here tonight. We'll be back after the break with more from the coaches.
Quality health care dedicated to your satisfaction. That's the standard of the Hanover Hospital and Warren Clinic. Your choice for quality care right where you live. Doctors Roger and Linda Warren and nurse practitioners Aubrey Schaefer and Jada Edgar offer general hospital and surgery services, home health, swing beds, and long-term care. Hanover Hospital and the Warren Clinic, your choice for quality health care right where you live.
Not everyone can become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a traditional experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry, and what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
Raise your hand if you need more internet speed. It's time to get your hands on much faster internet. Don't settle for yesterday's internet speed when you have a home full of today's devices. Upgrade your Blue Valley Technologies internet speed now to the speed you need and get a $50 bill credit. If you're new to Blue Valley, you get 2 months free and everyone gets free installation on managed Wi-Fi. Visit bluevalley.net/raise your hand today.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas, a proud Wildcat booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
Welcome back on our pregame show here on KD Country 94 and KDCountry94.com. Happy to be joined by Steve Terran, the head coach of the Osborne football team. Coach, another season here. You're 1-1 to start the year. A very good Hill City team that you saw in week 1 that you fell 58-12, bounced back with a 54-0 win over Stockton last week. As you assess the first couple games of your season here, what are some of the things that have stood out for Osborne Bulldog football?
No, I think we're heading in the right direction. I mean, we've had a couple good weeks of practice, and the guys are working hard, and I think, they kind of believe they can be a good football team, and I told them that a lot because I truly believe that too. So far they've, in practice, proved it. Hopefully they just prove it out there tonight.
One of the things we actually didn't talk about at the beginning of the season in the locker room chats was that you have a new member on your coaching staff, and Anthony Blair, who was the head coach down there at Central Burden for quite some time, and I know he's been a coach of the 8-man All-Star games. You've got David Straight, and he's been on your staff for a while, and he was a head coach for a year at Solomon before he came back to be on your staff. What does it mean to have like those two guys that have been head coaches in football, and what can they bring to your team as far as that's concerned?
You know, it means a lot. It really does. Yeah, we should probably talk about those guys more because it's probably very rare in 8-man or basically any level that you're going to have 3 guys that were once head coaches on the same coaching staff. But they just bring a ton of knowledge and just experience. I mean, that, like especially with Blair coaching, I think he's head coach for 12 or 13 years. Mm-hmm. You know, just lots of experience and lots of ideas, and it goes a long ways.
Again, you win last week over Stockton, 54-0. What were some of the biggest improvements you saw from your team between week 1 and week 2?
I would say defensively, our gang tackling. I mean, we tackled as a group pretty well, and then our offensively, just our line play. Our line blocked really well.
Hanover again coming up on Friday night. We talked about them in the locker room chats earlier this week. The Wildcats, obviously a very well-coached team under Matt Hoyer. This is their worst start since his first year. How do you keep the kids in the right mindset of understanding that, you know, Hanover might not be as good as they were in the past, but they're still Hanover?
Well, just the fact, like we kind of talked about our locker room deal, was they're still athletes, and they're used to winning. I mean, a program doesn't just go away in 2 weeks. They've still got the tradition of winning, and like I said, Hanover's Hanover, and the fact that they're all going to be very athletic, and they know what it takes to win, so I'm sure they're going to come out and play hard.
Can you pinpoint maybe some of the things that Coach Hoyer does that helps them have success? I know they always have athletes, but what are some of the things that he brings to the table that maybe other coaches might have an issue with?
I would say he does a very good job of putting you one-on-one, because generally they are the most athletic team. Mm-hmm. I mean, player for player, generally they have the best athletes, and he does a really good job of isolating one of their good athletes against maybe one of your not as good athletes. And like I said, you go back to his year 1, I remember that. I mean, I was at Baileyville, and we've played Hanover a million times in the last few years. But yeah, they've just continually gotten better and better, and he's learned, and through experience, you do kind of get smarter. So yeah, but he does, just like I said, a very good job of that and finding his strengths and working at it. And plus, as athletic as they are, they throw the ball so well. They just always had a quarterback and then a couple good receivers, so you couldn't isolate just one of them. You had to cover the field, and generally that didn't work out too well.
This is your final game before district play as well. You'll open it with Lakeside coming up next week. But when you look at this game here particularly, how important is it to focus on the task here and get yourself ready for that district season coming up?
Well, the main thing, and I'll still say it as we've talked earlier, was you get 3 practice games. Mm-hmm. So the most important thing now of this game is come out healthy. You know, be ready for the district when it does get started, because those are the games that matter. But also just work on the things that we practiced all week and the whole season so far, and just continue to get better at those things. But, yeah, staying healthy is the main thing.
Steve Tiernan, the head coach of the Osborne Bulldogs, here on our pregame show. Coach, we thank you for the time, and best of luck tonight against the Wildcats here.
Okay, thanks a lot.
And stay tuned when we return. We'll be joined by Matt Hoyer, the head coach of the Hanover Wildcats, here on our pregame show on KD Country 94 and KDCountry94.com.
When you have a debit card, you can pay as you go and not build up debt on costly credit card balances. Our debit cards are convenient, easy to use, and accepted at merchants everywhere. Each month, we supply an accurate, easy-to-read statement of all your debit transactions, freeing up your quality time for your family. Debit cards, better than plastic and easy to use. Citizen State Bank of Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Quality banking since 1907. Member FDIC.
Just like our area athletes work each day in practice to perform at their best in the big game, the staff at Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, work daily to provide the best parts and service experience when you need it most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. We know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one. Bruna Implement Company, since 1947.
Every driver is different. So is every car insurance policy. At Blue Valley Insurance, we get it. That's why we offer an array of options,
From affordable coverage options to extra services and money-saving discounts, we're here to help you build the best car insurance policy for your needs. What's more, the right car insurance coverage can help protect you and your loved ones in the event of a car accident, theft, or other covered loss. See us at Blue Valley Insurance in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Welcome back here on a pregame show on KD Country 94 and KDCountry94.com. Matt Hoyer with us, the coach of the Hanover Wildcats. Coach, another year here, and it's been a tough start for your squad, but you have played two very good teams to start out the season, Clifton Clyde, and we didn't know a lot about El Saline coming in because they had never played 8-man football until this year, but you fought a very good Clifton Clyde team in week one. Last week you fought the El Saline 50-14. Just kind of going back over these first two games, what stood out for your squad here in the first two, and what are some of the things you've noticed about the 2022 Wildcats?
You know, it definitely has been a little bit of a tough schedule, but I thought that, you know, throughout in course of the 2 weeks, I thought our kids have done a good job of improving. You know, I will say that, you know, the first 2 weeks have definitely been a lot of self-inflicted wounds on both sides of the ball, and those things that we need to clear up. But it's like I keep telling the boys, they're very fixable mistakes. You know, they're mistakes that, you know, if we continue to grind in practice and we continue to work on our discipline aspect, that it's things that'll go ahead and clear up. So, you know, playing this tough competition early in the year is good for us, and the fact that, you know, like some of our younger kids are getting some good quality, strong experience against good teams, you know, early, and that should help us late in the year.
When you look at this group this year, we were talking off the air, you talk about being blessed with a lot of talent at Hanover. You've had a lot of success over the past, since 2005 when you took over the program. And this year may be a little bit different because it's the first season opening loss you've had since your first year and your first 0-2 start since your first year there as well. So what's the differences in coaching a team like this where you got to get the most out of them, maybe coach them up a little bit more than some of the athletes that you might have had in the past?
Well, you know, I think it definitely, you know, comes back to the fact that, you know, we're a little bit younger as far as the kids that are starting the year out on the field, you know, so we knew there was going to be growing pains. We knew there was going to be some issues, and, you know, I think that our kids are doing a good job of, you know, staying the course, you know, and maybe more years or more often than not, we're probably a little more stuck in the fundamentals here early in the season instead of, like, doing different things schematically, just for the simple fact that some of these kids are pretty green and they're learning on the fly. So we've got to keep it a little bit simple and, you know, gain a little bit of that game experience to where we're going to be able to, you know, make those adjustments on the fly or get a little more complicated in what we're trying to do scheme-wise. And, you know, I think that, you know, the one thing that over the other years that is probably different is those years we had, you know, experience coming back because we were able to trickle in some kids with an older group, and in this year, you know, a lot of these kids are, you know, kind of first time thrown to the wolves. We had a little bit of that last year as far as, you know, kids playing due to injury or due to other kids missing COVID, but at the same time, it wasn't, you know, a big group of them all at once. It was kind of a kid here or a kid there. So this is, you know, really kind of the first time that this group's played together at all.
You know, one of the things that I look at with your staff is it stays good, too, with your coaches. You know, Chris Beichman's been with you for a while. John Bruno's been with you for a while. You got your brother, Dustin Hoyer, with you now this year, and I remember him being up in the booth one year with us for state football. So how does that continuity in the staff really help in a season like this as well?
Oh, it certainly does. You know, it's definitely one of those things where we can bounce a lot of ideas off, and it's one of those things where you know, we're doing that. You know, we're trying to find every single way and every single nuance that we can to be successful and improve, you know, more so on a daily basis. And I think that, you know, as we move forward, you're going to see that, you know, kind of take hold, you know, once everything comes together. And I think that we're going to, you know, take some big strides pretty fast.
Osborne, your opponent tonight, you played them twice last year. They got you in the first game in the regular season. You beat them 24-6 in the playoff game there to keep your season alive last season. They're in the cross-district matchup. So when you look at this year's matchup, though, obviously both teams are quite a bit different. What stands out about Osborne heading into this game?
Well, as always, Steve's going to have them ready to play, and Steve's going to have them, in the right spot. They're going to be well coached, and it's going to be a case of our kids are going to have to make sure that, we play with some of that discipline that, we've been needing to work on, and we need to make sure that, we come out with a little more energy. The one thing about Osborne is you know what they're going to come at you with. They're going to come out with some, some different play action looks, and they're going to come out with a downhill running attack. They've got, some good running backs. They've got a quarterback that's got a lot of experience, and it's definitely one of those cases where we're going to have to, be physical at the point of attack and be willing to stick our nose in there and make tackles in the open field.
Matt Hoyer, the head coach of the Hanover Wildcats here, taking on Osborne tonight. Coach, we thank you for the time, and best luck against the Bulldogs.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
And stay tuned when we return. We'll get you the starting lineups, get you set for kickoff from Hanover on KD Country 94 and KDCountry94.com.
Landall Company's success story continues to be written by their loyal and dedicated team members. Landall congratulates their employees on another successful year with an incentive bonus of 12.76% or 6.64 weeks of pay. With many career opportunities available, Landall offers career advancement, stable employment, and benefits that include profit sharing, $2 per hour shift differential, 4% attendance bonus, fuel allowance, comprehensive health insurance, and much more. Start your new chapter at Landall today. Apply online at landall.com. An equal opportunity employer welcoming vets and disabilities.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Main Street Market is a proud supporter of all Wildcat athletics, your local hometown grocery store. Stay up to date on all the new deals, news, and sales by checking out their Facebook page. Stop by and see everything that they have to offer. That's Main Street Market, downtown Hanover, proud supporter of Wildcat athletics.
Ricky's Cafe in Hanover ain't just good, it's home. From their daily specials to a full menu, choose your favorite served fresh, hot, and fast. Your family when you stop at Ricky's Cafe, and you're welcome anytime. Enjoy the delicious menu choices, and of course, when you're hosting an event, bring Ricky's Catering along. With a variety of options available, always at affordable prices. Call for your next engagement and count on Ricky's Cafe at Hanover.
And Dusty Donaldson, Tom Coker back with you here on KNDY, FM 95.5, as well as to all the listeners back in North Central Kansas and KD Country 94.com. Big thanks to Bruce Durkee and staff Max there at the studios for getting us on tonight and having a game. Originally, it was supposed to be on my home station, and we know that we're off the air, and we have it now on KNDY in Hanover, and we're ready for Hanover Wildcats football against the Osborne Bulldogs tonight here on KNDY. And again, SunflowerStateRadio.com and KDCountry94.com. Hanover's won the toss and elected to receive. We're just about ready to take it off. Lincoln King will have a team on the 30-yard line here for Osborne when he gets sent back to return for Hanover's Chase Bruna. He's sitting deep at his own 3-yard line. We'll set up the starting lineups once we roll through and get going here on the first possession for the Hanover Wildcats. Lincoln Kane has the team up to 30, ready to kick this one off from Hanover on KNDY, SunflowerStateRadio.com. Kane on the approach and end over and kick. Bruna comes up the field at the 4. He has the 5 around this near side hash to the 15. And bottled up there across the 15 to 17. Stan Kendig on the tackle, along with Nathan Gilheen for Osborne and a couple other white uniforms. They have the ball at their own turn. Their first possession. Viking Stall Bomber, the 6'155" come out of quarterback for sure. John Sheets starting here offensively as well. He'll be a running back. Actually, he's split out to the left to start this possession. The backfield is Braden Swartz, the running back, to set up that offensive line after this first play. First and 10 for Hanover. We actually have a whistle and a penalty flag out. Offsides on Osborne. Gives you time to set up the rest of the offense. Levi Griffith, the center for Hanover. The left guard for Wildcats. All right, so Patrick Cook looks like he's a right guard here for Hanover, 6'1", junior. Also out there to start is Josh Darbenicki, he splits to the left here for Hanover. Darbenicki, a 6', 195-pound senior. 1st and 5 for Hanover after the 5-yard penalty here on the offside for Osborne. Handoff goes to Schwartz, who's taken down from behind by Doak Guthrie and a couple others. On the run play there for Hanover. So a penalty, but a 2-yard loss for Schwartz on the play as the trying to eye who that is because they had Trey Graff starting in week 1, and he's out with an ACL injury and most likely for the season there for Hanover. So we look coming in. Guard Cook is on the left side, and the right guard appears to be Cole Meyer for Hanover at this point in time. Split there on the right side for the Wildcats is Cameron Judeman. Shotgun pistol snap actually goes to Stahlbaum, throws near side, left it high, intended on the near sideline for a Darbenicki on that pass. It falls incomplete about the 27, setting up third down for the Wildcats. Osborne defensively, Sam Kindig nose guard. The defensive ends are Doak Guthrie and Lincoln King. Dawson Lance and Hunter Howell at safeties. Outside linebackers are Nathan Gogan and Connor Scher. And Dalton Garman is kind of like a monster middle linebacker safety type player there for Osborne defensive. Third down and 7 coming up for Hanover.
Good coverage there by Howell. The ball was just a little bit behind the receiver. First big third down of the ball game.
Wildcats come up to the line of scrimmage with 3rd and 7. Trips to the near side. Stahlbaum in the shotgun. Osborne really stacked up near the line of scrimmage. Backing up defensively is Howell here on the near side. And Stahlbaum is under pressure and taken down back inside the 10. A big loss on the play of 13 yards and a 4th and long coming up for Hanover.
Yeah, you had Goheen as the first person in to make the tackle, but it was the defensive front that was there. And one of the things you're saying, you talked about how Osborne had everybody up. There is pretty good wind tonight. It's not blowing quite as much as it was, and Hanover's going into that wind. So Osborne's saying, hey, we're going to make the throw into that wind and just bring pressure.
It is 4th down and about 19 here for the Wildcats. This is an end-over-end punt. It takes a bounce and rolls down inside the 40 to 35. Picked up by Hunter Howell as he's trying to run. Gets across midfield to the 38-yard line. I don't know if that ball might have popped out. Hanover's saying they should have the football, but it's out, and looks like Osborne has it. Hunter Howell is on top of it at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like the coaches for Hanover were pretty excited, thinking the ball came out with a pretty good hit by the coverage team, but the officials said no, that the ball did not come out. It was Osborne's ball. Set up good field position because of a good stop on the first set of downs for Hanover.
1st and 10 for Osborne. They have it at the 38-yard line. Up to 38.5. As the Bulldogs will come out in a double wing set with Connor Scher kind of in the Wildcat formation. As Bill Guthrie comes inside, we have a delay game on Osborne, so for penalty here on the Bulldogs. It's their second penalty. 5-yard variety.
Yeah, just a lot of time went off there. I'm thinking you were looking up because I quit talking because I thought it was time to snap the ball, and they just were having trouble getting it off. That's not the best way to start a drive.
The Bulldogs have now 1st and 15 after the penalty. They stay in that same formation as Guthrie comes in front of Scher in motion, comes back to the near side. Connor dives forward across the 40 and down to about the 37-yard line.
Chase Bruna just got a piece of Scher on the play, or it would have been a much bigger play. So Bruna with his shoulder pads in there to make the tackle. And good yards on first down. Could have been a bigger play, and that's the thing about Scher with his quickness. Much like Mason last year, you got to get him before he gets going.
It's now 2nd down and 7 coming up for Osborne. In the pistol formation, Guthrie hands it off. Actually, he kept it, and he stopped for a loss of a yard on the play after a 7-yard run by Connor Scher on the opening play.
Levi Griffith, 6 foot, 200-pound junior, got the penetration. Running back was a little slow getting to the hole, so Guthrie had that.
Got in and made the penetration defensively. So maybe the first pass attempt by Osborne at this point. This is why that field position is important when you're on the opponent's side in 8-man football. You can go for it on 4th.
Yeah, 3rd down and 8 now for the Bulldogs as Guttery's in the pistol formation. Two receivers to the far side. Coming in motion to the near side is Dawson Lance. As Guttery takes the snap, the lefty wants to throw. Looks over the middle. It's caught. A nice play there, and getting across the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Making the grab that time was Lincoln Kane for Osborne.
Cole Meyer on the coverage.
Up 14 on the pass play.
Yeah, giving him a lot of room and just got past the yard to gain, did a little curl, and Guttery with a nice pass, Meyer with the tackle, but there was a lot of room for the receiver to make the catch and get the first down. Just a well-designed third and long play.
Here we go with 1st and 10 now for Osborne. Down to the Hanover 23-yard line. Pistol formation is Doak Guttery sending Lance in motion behind him. Handoff goes to Sure at the fullback position. Breaks off one tackle, dives across the 15, down to near the 13-yard line. Close to another first down, but we're going to say a little bit short. A 9-yard run that time for Connor Sure. He has 16 on 2 carries, but second down and very short coming up now for the Bulldogs.
Guys in the interior of that offensive line for Osborne are doing a good job giving Sure room to run the football.
Second and a yard now for Osborne as Guttery is under center. Handoff goes to Lance. Dawson with a little hesitation move gets to the 10. There's a late penalty flag that comes out, which doesn't look like it's probably good news for Osborne. This will likely be coming back with a hold on the Bulldogs. The official is pointing Osborne's way. It is a holding penalty right near the line of scrimmage, so back him up 10 yards. It'll be second down and 11 now instead of 2nd and 1. Already the third penalty for Osborne here tonight.
It's always interesting to see the reaction of the kids. The flag was thrown. Anytime you go to the outside, stretch the ball to the outside, the defensive players are trying to get out there, and the offensive guard who did the holding is looking back to the official because obviously he knew that he held on the play. He was looking back to see if the officials saw it, and they did.
So it's actually the spot of the foul was a little ahead of the line of scrimmage, so it ends up being about an 8-yard penalty, second down and 9 coming up. What's a 10-yard penalty from the spot, but about a 2-yard pickup. Guttery on the keep after the snap, has it at the 10, down the near sideline. Dive. Actually, he didn't even have to dive. He breaks off a tackle and walks into the end zone down the left sideline for the touchdown. As Guttery takes it in from 23 yards out for the score, and Osborne's on the board first with 7:50 to play first quarter, 6-0 Bulldogs.
He made an excellent run, broke probably 3, if not 4 tackles, but the best part of the play was when he pulled the ball out of the fullback because the defensive end crashed down. That's a good read. That's how you run the option as a quarterback.
So it is now a 2-point attempt coming up for Osborne after the 23-yard touchdown run by Doak Guttery. He takes the snap, looking to throw. The lefty fires into the back of the end zone, and by himself is Nathan Goheen near the back pylon, and he reels it in for Osborne for the 2-point conversion. 7:50 to play first quarter. Osborne 8, Hanover 0. We're back in 60 seconds on KNDY.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Get professional service in all brands of equipment. Call B&W Electric in Hanover, your local Rheem contractor, at 785-337-2598 today.
Every great team has shared qualities that separated them from all else. Whether you're talking about the 72 Dolphins, the 92 Dream Team, the Fab Five, or the Magnificent Seven, you can count on one thing. The vision was clear and the commitment was obvious. High standards were set and improvement was never ending. At Sapp Brothers, our goal is simple: to be your number one source of propane, lubricants, and extreme premium diesel fuel. And we'll reach our goal by treating you like family and giving you service that makes you want to come back. Join our team, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, in Philly, Crete, Lincoln, Humboldt, and Hanover, Kansas.
Welcome back on KNDY, FM 95.5, SunflowerStateRadio.com. Dusty Dottis and Todd Clover with you tonight. 7:50 remaining in the first quarter as the Osborne Bulldogs have an 8-0 lead over the Hanover Wildcats. We're just into this one. Hanover will be receiving. We're going to set up more of that. We didn't really have time to set up the Osborne offense. They went quickly, and I had a technical issue that I was dealing with, so we'll try to do that maybe on the next possession, get Hanover's defense set for you. End-over and kick is taken at the 10 by Chase Bruna, and he's stopped by KNDY again, and helping in on the tackle for Osborne was Dalton Garman for Osborne, and Hanover will start this possession at their own 15-yard line, just like they would have had there been
a touchback here. Again, Hanover coming into this game at 0-2. Their first 0-2 start since 2005. Matt Hoyer, the head coach of the Wildcats, in his 18th year, with a record of 167-33. Osborne coming in at 1-1, coached by Steve Tiernan, his 8th year with the Bulldogs overall, with a 63-16 record, his 21st season coaching overall in Kansas, 185-42. Folks out here in the Hanover area remember Coach Tiernan when he was at Baileyville B&B back in the early portions of the 2000s to around 2010 time period. And so, again, a very familiar name probably for the folks out here in Hanover area. First and 10 for Hanover. We have a whistle and a delay of game. This is the second time we've had a delay of game to start a drive, isn't it?
It is. That's 2 out of 3 drives, and the last 2 consecutively getting a delay of game. And sometimes there's officials that get it set pretty quick for play, but this is just taking a long time in the huddle. I don't know how long it takes to say dive right or whatever their terminology is, but they're having a pretty good conversation in the huddle.
This first penalty on Hanover, 1st and 15 for the Wildcats, 10-yard line. Shotgun snap goes to Stahlbomber. Pressure comes from Connor Scher and hits Stahlbomber immediately. Nobody accounted for the fast linebacker coming through the middle, and Stahlbomber had nowhere to go with it as it falls incomplete at the 25. It's 2nd and 15.
Well, you don't practice against one of the faster guys in the area to come unblocked and in your face within a second after you get the shotgun snap. It just puts a lot of pressure, and very lucky if you're Hanover that that ball was found an open space instead of somebody in the secondary for a pick six.
2nd and 15 for the Wildcats, their own 10-yard line. Stahlbomber steps under center this time. Chase Bruno split to the near side. Schwartz the lone setback. Handoff goes to Schwartz, and he's pushed back immediately. Doe Guttery and Sam Kendig in the backfield quickly, and another, we'll call it right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, 3rd and 15.
Yeah, it's that defensive front. Much like I said on the offensive side, the line of scrimmage is being dominated right now by the Bulldogs. To see if Hanover can do something to pick up the first down here, because they're backed up because of the wind and the special teams of Osborne in this first quarter. You don't want to dig a hole. You got to get out of this first quarter if you're Hanover, and the way you do that is you convert and get some first downs.
3rd down and 15 for Hanover in the pistol formation. Stahlbomber. Zarbanicki to the far side, to the near side, Chase Bruna. Schwartz behind Stahlbomber. Long count. Stahlbomber with a play action. Fake pressure coming from Kendig. Stahlbomber looks deep down the near sideline. Bruna was kind of coming back to the ball, and Stahlbomber left it a little bit too far down the near sideline at about the 32. Bruna was at the 40-yard line out midfield. It falls incomplete, and it's 4th down and 15 for Hanover.
Yeah, Chase Bruna was doing his best Michael Irvin impression there. He was kind of using that backside arm to give a little push to the coverage man, and it was a little one, well schooled on how to get open. The ball was just a little bit overthrown.
Hanover in punt formation. Josh Zarbanicki to punt. Back to return is Hunter Howe, standing at midfield, maybe about the 39 of his side of the field. Hard count by Zarbanicki. He gets a spiraling high boot. Howe retreats. It takes a great Hanover roll. Howe picks it up at the 15, trying to get around that far side, and is tackled across the 30 to the 32-yard line, about where Osborne will start their second possession of the ball game, leading 8-0 with 6:35 to play here in this first quarter. The Osborne offense at center is Gabe Seifert, the 6'190" sophomore. Also the left guard Sam Kendig, the 6'175" junior right guard Quentin Morris, 5'10", 160 junior. The right end or wide receiver Nathan Goheen, 6'1", 150 junior. Tight end Lincoln Kane, 6', 170" sophomore. Quarterback Doe Guttery, 6'2", 195 junior. Dawson Lance, a 6', 150" sophomore at fullback, and the tailback Connor Scher, 5'5", 140 senior. They come out in different sets as Goheen is split to the far side. It comes in behind. Actually, that's Dawson Lance coming in behind, getting the carry and going forward, where he's bottled up after a pickup of maybe a yard or two out to the 34-yard line. We'll call it a 2-yard pickup. 2nd down and 8 coming up now for Osborne after that 2-yard run from Dawson Lance, his second carry of the night for 4 yards.
That was a 55-yard punt, Dusty. A lot of it in the air. There was a good roll also, but that's how you can flip the field a little bit, change the field position, which is exactly what Hanover was needing, giving their defense a little bit better chance, making Osborne go more yards to the end zone.
Patrick Cook, one of the defensive tackles for Hanover. Also, it looks like Levi Griffith out there to defensive tackle. Guttery with a play-action fake, pressured out of the pocket. He dropped the football, jumping on top of it to center Seifert. It ends up being a loss back inside the 30 at about the 27. So we'll call that about a 6-yard loss, third down and 14 coming up. We'll call it actually a 5 or 7-yard loss, third and 15.
Pressure from defensive end. Josh Zarbanicki, 6'3", 195-pound senior, gets the ball to come out there, but often that's what happens when the person that's usually going to be there is the person that got beat on the play, and the offensive lineman for Osborne was there to recover the ball as Zarbanicki knocked it out of Guttery's hands.
Yeah, Zarbanicki over here, kind of a defensive end or outside linebacker position for Hanover. In the middle linebacker spot is Cole Meyer. Chase Brunner, the near side safety. Guttery looks to throw on this third and long. Has Lance wide open. It's off of his fingertips, out of bounds at the 25 on the near sideline. Just a little bit too much on that one. Lance was going backwards and looked like he might fall on his back in the end, and that's now fourth down and about 15 to go for Osborne after the incompletion. 8-0 Bulldogs, 5:08 in this first quarter.
Ball was 40-some yards in the air, a tight spiral, and the coverage on the play had kind of set down at about 30 yards, and there was a 10-yard separation. That was a easy touchdown if it's a throw and catch.
Osborne in an offensive formation, but I'm expecting Doak to have that short snap, little pooch punt here. Some movement on the front line, didn't go across. It is that short snap and a punt from Doak Guttery. This one hangs in the air for a while, takes a bounce at the 20, into the hands of Chase Bruna at the 23, and he breaks off a one tackle but can't beat the second one. Seifert takes him down at about the 26-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for Hanover. 4:56 in the first quarter, and an 8-0 lead for Osborne. So kind of settling into a game that we kind of expected here tonight. I was expecting a close one. Don't know a lot about both of these teams with where they're at, as they will improve as the season goes on.
Well, if you're well coached, you're going to get better as long as you can stay healthy. And, Hanover had that tough injury with one of their bigger kids in the first week, and it takes some time to get adjusted to that. Let's see if third set of down, see if Hanover can get the ball rolling here.
First and 10 for the Wildcats as they have it again at their own 26-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stahlbomber. He hesitates. He keeps across the 30 and finally drugged down up ahead to about the 34-yard line. A 7-yard run on first down that time for Stahlbomber, setting up second down and short. The best situation really that they've been in all night offensively.
Good read by Stahlbomber. Again, a good sign of being well coached, well schooled on running the option. The defensive end doesn't commit. He kind of stayed in the middle between the pitch and the quarterback. So you're taught on the option, if nobody makes you pitch, you just tuck it up and cut it up inside and gets good yards on first down. Timeout, Hanover.
Timeout called by the Wildcats. 4:24 to play first quarter. 8-0 Osborne. We'll take the timeout as well. Back in 60 seconds here on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
Have you tried banking with us on the Internet yet? It's faster and more convenient to bank from your own home whenever you feel like it. Best of all, banking online is safe. With your private username and password and software meticulously crafted to ensure the safekeeping of your account data, your online transactions are quick and secure. Another quality banking service from Citizen State Bank of Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Quality banking since 1907. Member FDIC.
Not everyone can become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a traditional experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry. And what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
Hanover out of the timeout. We'll have a second down and 3 coming up. Again, the Wildcats coming in 0-2, averaging 10 points a game, giving up 51 through the first two. Lost 52-6 to Clifton Clyde. Lost to El Saline 50-14 last week. By the way, Clifton Clyde and Axtell, a big showdown tonight in 8-man football. As with 6:58 to play first quarter, Axtell's up 14-0 on Clifton Clyde. Hanover has second down and 3 out of their timeout. Two receivers the far side. Stahlbomber in the shotgun. Schwartz to his left hip. Long count for Stahlbomber. Low snap. Play action fake. Pressure coming from Goheen. Over the top looking for Zarbanicki just off his fingertips. I don't know if Hunter Howell got a hand in there to help mess that up a little bit, but it falls incomplete at the 15 of Osborne, and it's third down and 3. They were going for the long shot.
Right on the money. You cannot throw the ball any better, and that's the definition of alligator arms. And what that means, if you know the front legs of an alligator, they're just not very long. You don't extend the arms out there. You keep them right at your chest. All you got to do is extend them out a little bit. And I don't know if he scored because probably would have got tackled inside the 10, but that was a excellent execution, and really the first time that they've had time to throw the football for Hanover. So that was a good sign by the offensive line.
And 3rd down and 3 now for the Wildcats. 2 receivers to the near side are Bruna and Juneman. A shovel pass goes forward. It's intended for Schwartz. It's incomplete. Pressure was coming right off the snap again from Sam KNDY. And also Garman was in on the play defensively. I think Connor Scher knifed in there quickly as he normally does as well. And a shovel pass, this ball is incomplete. Forward, 4th down and 3 for Hanover at their own 30, about 33.5-yard line.
Well, everybody was going after the quarterback, and you complete that shovel pass. There's nobody left for Osborne. They ran the secondary off. That was going to be a huge game, but the pressure paid off by the Bulldogs.
Punt formation again for Hanover as Josh Zarbanicki is standing at his own 23, takes the snap. This is a high boot. Howell backed up a long way this time after that long punt last time. Howell on the near sideline just barely misstepping out of bounds, but Hanover's right there to finish him off. Making that initial play was Braden Schwartz. And no return, really, for Howell. Osborne will start this possession at their own 11-yard line. They lead 8-0 with 4:03 to play in this first quarter.
Really good special teams so far. The kickoff coverage and the kicks by Osborne has had Hanover backed up. And then after the initial touchdown by the first set of drives by Osborne, the punt team has been the key so far for Hanover with the good punts and the good coverage to flip the field and got Osborne backed up now.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 11-yard line in the shotgun. Guttery. This is a quarterback read and a keep around the right side. Guttery breaks the first wave of defense. He gets out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. An 11-yard run for Doak Guttery and a 1st down for Osborne at their own 22. So Guttery with 3 carries for 33 yards and a score early for the Bulldogs.
Guttery just follows the backs into the hole and making the read, and nobody sets the edge on the outside. So Guttery then pops it to the outside, and that's not your normal quarterback. That is 6'2", 195-pound junior for Osborne.
1st and 10 for Osborne. High formation this time behind the quarterback, Guttery. Connor Scher at fullback. They fake to him. The give goes to Dawson Lance. He's around the right side, lowering his shoulder out to the 30 on an 8-yard run for Dayton Lance, and it's now 2nd down and 2 for Osborne. They have found that running the football with power has seemed to work a little bit here early on for the Bulldogs.
And where they're having their most success is to the outside. So the tight ends and the lead backs are doing a good job, and that was fake to the fullback and then just going to the outside on that play. So let's see if maybe try to get the speed to the outside at some point. 2nd and a long 2 for Osborne. Guttery under center. This time does hand off to Scher. Connor bounces off the first tackle, goes forward for a yard pickup out to the 31.5, 32-yard line, and it's now 3rd and 1 after the 1-yard run from Connor Scher. Same play we had just saw, except this time to give it to the fullback, and both times excellent penetration by the defensive line for Hanover, and there was nothing there for Scher, just a big pile right at the line of scrimmage and not able to get out of it. So 3rd down, about a yard and a half to go for the first. 2:38 and counting in this first quarter as Osborne has an 8-0 lead. Tight I formation as Guttery is at quarterback, hands to the fullback, Connor Scher, just with a shoulder lower, lowers the boom and gets out to the 35, just across the 35, about the 36. 3-yard pickup on the run there for Connor Scher and a 1st down for Osborne. Hayden Barron's 5'9", 160-pound junior makes the tackle, but just enough push up front to convert on 3rd down for the Bulldogs. Getting the ball just outside of their own 35-yard line. Osborne with 1st and 10. Kane split to the near side. Goheen as well. Pistol formation for Doak Guttery with Connor Scher in the backfield behind him. Doak on the keep, and he goes forward, gets hit by Cole Meyer pretty much immediately, but Meyer was there and also helping in on the tackle that time for Hanover was Dean Lupin. A pickup of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8 for Osborne. Try to come back and run the option, and Zarbanicki gets the penetration on the outside. There is no guy to pitch to, so Guttery's forced to run it up inside, and you got your monster, your middle linebacker in Meyer that's right there. And I heard the pads pop on that. That was a nice hit by Meyer. Yeah, Zarbanicki's doing a pretty good job here on the right end from the start here for this Hanover defense. We've said his name a couple times against the run. Guttery with a long fake, gets around the edge on this 2nd down and 8 play out across the Hanover 35 and all the way down to the 31-yard line. Nice run there for Guttery, which covers about 13 yards on the run that time, down to the Hanover 31, 1st and 10 for Osborne. Well, you're going to have a nice run when your back puts the cornerback on his back, and that would have been Dawson Lance on the play. And right now we're seeing where the most success for Osborne is off the offensive right side to Osborne's side of the field. That's where they're able to get the outside. Zabernicki's side is a little tougher to get to the outside.
Change set as the clock runs at 1:15 in this first quarter. Osborne up 8-0. Quick pitch near side to Dawson Lance. He lowers the shoulder, gets across the 30, and down to the 27-yard line. About a 4-yard run that time for Dawson Lance. And again, Cole Meyer in on the tackle. 2nd down and 6 for Osborne.
Cole Meyer and Chase Bruna comes up in support, makes him cut up inside, back into Meyer on the play. That's the way you want to defend the plays to the outside. Good job by Hanover.
2nd and 6 for Osborne at the Hanover 27. 46 seconds in this first quarter. Double wing set. Shotgun formation for Guttery. Sure comes in motion in front of Guttery. The snap goes to Doak. He takes it straight forward. Quarterback dive and gets across the 25 down to the 21 of Hanover. As a pickup of 5 on the play, and it's 3rd down and 1 now for Osborne. Doak Guttery, 6 carries for 53 yards as we have 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Maybe one more play for Osborne before the end of the quarter.
Pretty quick quarter. People running the football and makes the time go fast when the ball's not laying on the ground.
3rd and less than a yard as Guttery steps under center of the I formation behind him. He hands it on. Dawson Lance breaks the first wave of defense at the 15-10, down to the 5, far sideline in front of the pylon and in for the touchdown. 21-yard run for Dawson Lance as Osborne takes a 14-0 lead. There is still 1.6 on the clock here in this first quarter.
Well, the coaching staff for Osborne seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. The offensive right side is got things under control against that left side of the Hanover defense. There's big plays available for Osborne, and then against that 4-man front, it's just to seal the inside linebacker and get to the outside once you cross the line of scrimmage on a little cross play.
The 2-point attempt coming up here for Osborne as they lead 14-0. Guttery takes the snap, wants to throw, fires high and over the head of Goheen over on that far side, incomplete. And Osborne fails on the 2-point attempt. 1.6 on the clock here in this first quarter. 14-0 Bulldogs back in 60 seconds on KNDY.
Quality health care dedicated to your satisfaction. That's the standard of the Hanover Hospital and Warren Clinic. Your choice for quality care right where you live. Doctors Roger and Linda Warren and nurse practitioners Aubrey Schaefer and Jada Edgar offer general hospital and surgery services, home health, swing beds, and long-term care. Hanover Hospital and the Warren Clinic, your choice for quality health care right where you live.
Raise your hand if you need more internet speed. It's time to get your hands on much faster internet. Don't settle for yesterday's internet speed when you have a home full of today's devices. Upgrade your Blue Valley Technologies internet speed now to the speed you need and get a $50 bill credit. If you're new to Blue Valley, you get 2 months free and everyone gets free installation on managed Wi-Fi. Visit bluevalley.net/raise your hand today.
Dustin Dennis, Todd Clover back with you here on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com, KittyCountry94.com. Osborne leading 14-0 over Hanover with 1.6 seconds remaining until the end of the first quarter. Lincoln Kane has it teed up at the 30-yard line. Again, back to return is Chase Bruna for Hanover. Kane with the end-over-end kick as it takes a bounce inside the 5 and rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Nobody touched that football, so the clock did not run. Hanover will have one more play before we reach the end of this first quarter.
Another good special teams play by Osborne. The drives in the first quarter for Hanover started their own 17, their own 15, their own 26, and their own 15, backed up on all their sets of downs they've had in this first quarter. Field position is so important, making the offenses have a long field to go. So that's one of the things that people forget about is the importance of special teams.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, 15-yard line. In the shotgun is Stahlbomber. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, which is Cameron Juneman. Schwartz to the left hip of Stahlbomber in the shotgun. A low snap. Stahlbomber fakes, wants to throw, goes over the middle. The ball is knocked incomplete. There's a penalty flag down, and I believe there's a hold up front on Hanover as Lincoln Kane was on the ground and possibly being held down on the ground. We'll wait and see. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold.
Hold on. He pointed to Osborne first, but it is on Hanover, so The ball's at the 15, so this will be half the distance penalty where the flag came out at the 11. So we'll back them up to probably about the 6-yard line, where it'll be first and about 16 here for Hanover when we start the second quarter. After one, it is Osborne 14, Hanover 0. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back with the second quarter on KNDY FM 95.5 and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
As a business owner, you work hard to make a profit. Earning a living and supporting your family is always on your mind. At Blue Valley Insurance, we can help you lower your business expenses by finding the right insurance coverage at the best rate to protect your investments. Our agents have many years of experience handling all types of insurance policies, including commercial insurance. We have offices in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville. Put us to work for you. Blue Valley Insurance.
Just like our area athletes work each day in practice to perform at their best in the big game, the staff at Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, work daily to provide the best parts and service experience when you need it most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. We know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one. Bruna Implement Company, since 1947.
One quarter in the books here in Hanover on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. 14-0 lead for the Osborne Bulldogs over the Hanover Wildcats. Hanover had a hold on that first down play, so the ball does go down to the 6-yard line, and it will be first and 19 here for the Wildcats to start the second quarter.
The key for Hanover offensively is to get time to throw the football. They've had some guys that are open. It's just the pressure up front, and Osborne has always been a team that likes to blitz, and when they see it's working, they're going to continue to bring it. A screen pass might not be a bad idea.
First down and 19 for Hanover, and the shotgun is Stahlbomber. Schwartz to the near side on his hip. Pitch goes to Schwartz, and he's tackled almost immediately. Well, actually bounced off that first tackle, and then coming to finish it off for Osborne, I believe, was Hunter Howell. Pick up out to the 8th, so a 2-yard run for Schwartz. It's second down and 17 for Hanover.
Good job by KNDY up front, getting the pressure coming down on the quarterback, making him pitch. Then it's just a race to the sideline, and good job by the secondary coming up for Osborne to make the tackle.
Hanover had negative 8 yards of offense in that first quarter, so they'll obviously have a chance to improve upon that and get things rolling in the right direction. 2 penalties for 10 yards in the first half for Hanover as well, or first quarter and now first half. In the shotgun is Stahlbomber, 2 receivers to the near side. Bruna and Zarbanicki look like he might have left a little early. Bruna is the intended target here on the near side. Defensively helping break that pass up was Hunter Howell here on the near side, but we do look like we have a roughing the passer in the backfield as a little bit late on the hit that time. I believe Nathan Goheen may be coming in late there for Osborne on that play. So personal foul will move this football forward for Hanover on a 15-yard penalty.
When that ball was snapped, there was nobody defensively for Osborne less than 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. I mean, they were all less than 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. Mm-hmm. All 8 people were 1.5 yards, 1.5 yards from the line of scrimmage. They're just basically saying, you're going to have to protect your quarterback and you're going to have to beat us with the pass. They're just saying right now, we don't think you can hurt us in the pass game, and we're eliminated in the run game. And
do you reset the chains automatically here?
No.
I didn't think so. They're going to. It should be like first down and 5 right now, actually, instead of first and 10. But they're calling this an automatic first down and reset the chains on the personal foul, but I didn't think there were any of those in high school football anymore. But here we are, first and 10 for Osborne. They have the ball, for Hanover, they have the ball at their own 21-yard line after the personal foul, roughing the passer penalty. Stahlbomber takes the snap, looking deep over the middle. Zarbanicki is open. Oh, nice late recovery defensively to get a hand in there was Hunter Howell. Oh, a late penalty flag coming in where they're likely calling PI on Hunter Howell, but it looks like he got a hand up in time. Maybe he got there before the ball did at the 33-yard line, but there is a penalty flag out.
Yeah, I thought it's one of those underthrown passes, and the defense is beat on the play, and he's trying to get there to recover, and I thought he got there just a smidge early, and the back judge who's standing right there looking at it doesn't see it, but he is blocked by the Hanover receiver, the actual trail receiver, the sideline over there by Osborne. he's the one that had the better angle to see the play, and he makes the call. So real close, and that's what's going to be there is you're just going to have to say, we're going to get our big receiver and just try to run by you and see if we get enough protection.
Mark it off 10 yards on the pass interference. The ball's at the 31.5-yard line. Coming in motion near side is Chase Bruna. Stahlbomber pressured, trying to shovel pass. Actually, they called that a fumble, but it looked like his hand was going forward. But a fumble was called. It's covered up by Hanover, and getting on top of it that time was Levi Griffith, the center. A loss of 3 on the play. It's second down and 13.
Yeah, that was a shovel pass, Utah pass, whatever you want to call it, and it gets deflected. So actually, it should be considered a pass, and you shouldn't have the loss.
The officials are talking about
it.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have the loss on the play.
Definitely an incomplete pass.
Yeah, the official threw his little baggie out there, which says he's calling it. Yeah, they're getting it right. Good job by the officials.
Great job by the officials to make sure they get it right. You know, sometimes they'll just be like, oh, no, I didn't make a mistake. And owned up to it. It's an incomplete pass, and it's second down and 10.
Good job by Hanover. They're trying to get that shovel pass because it's wide open. It serves the same purpose as a screen pass. It accomplishes the same thing. You let everybody through, and then it hits wide open spaces if they can execute it. But Osborne just got a hand on the quarterback or on the ball, or if they execute that, they're going to come back and run it because it's wide open.
Second down and 10 for Hanover at the 31-yard line. Their own 31. Stahlbomber again in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the near side. It's a keep for Stahlbomber up the middle. Breaks off the first tackle, but has nowhere to go really after that. Maybe a half-a-yard gain, and it's third down and 9 for Hanover.
Nathan Goheen trailing the play from his defensive end spot, goes all the way down the line of scrimmage. And because there was really no place to go with the football, quarterback is delayed trying to find a hole, and Goheen gets it from the backside, makes the tackle. So that's just a good job up front. Not giving a hole for your quarterback for Hanover to run the football.
Third down and 9 for Hanover. Split to the near side is Josh Zarbanicki. Also over here on the near side, Bruna in the shotgun. Stahlbomber to his left hip, Schwartz. Ball's at the 33-yard line. Low snap. Stahlbomber whips a bubble screen near side. Bruna can't get past the defender. What a great open field tackle on the near side by Dalton Garman from his monster position, coming near side to cut that to a 2-yard gain where it looked like, you know, if he breaks that one tackle, he might still be running.
Well, when you're running the defense that Osborne's running, which is full pressure and tight coverage, those are the type of passes that you have to execute if you're Hanover. They're running the right plays. It's just a simple matter of a throw or catch here and make one guy miss, and you're going all the way.
Josh Zarbanicki sent the punt, and again, Hunter Howell back to return for Osborne. A nice boot, a sidewinding boot that goes inside the 5, takes a bounce, rolls down to the 4, and Hanover touched that one down at the 3. Is there a clip here maybe on
there was
block in the back?
There was a block in the back, where
which is insane because the play's doing nothing right now. But you're going to get half the distance to the goal penalty now and be at about the 2-yard line, 2.5.
And sometimes they just call that a personal foul too when it's away from the play and there's nothing to do with the play, and they're going to call it the block in the back. You could actually gone with either one.
Unnecessary
and it's not a big thing because they're going to get backed up about a yard.
Yeah, ball went out at the 3 and would have been the 2.5 is where they're going to start now. So it is first and 10 for Osborne, but they need to go just under 78 yards for a score. They need Mason Schur out here to run this 79-yard touchdown like he did 3 weeks in a row last year.
I was going to say,
maybe Connor can do that.
How many weeks in a row did he do that? You were there to see it.
Yeah, 3 weeks in a row.
I think I saw two of those weeks.
It was wild. Never seen anything like it. I don't think I will again. Right now it'd be a 78-yard touchdown run. If Connor could do it, maybe. Or Doak. Doak takes it forward on a quarterback sneak right off the snap and goes all the way out to the 8. Nice run there to get a little bit of space here backed up at the goal line, and it's second down and 4 after the 6-yard run.
Good call, Dusty. That's exactly what the plan was. You don't usually expect to get 6.5 yards on the quarterback sneak, trying to get away from your own end zone, but that's exactly what happens on the play. But once again, you're talking close to a 200-pound quarterback on that quarterback sneak.
So second down and 4 for Osborne. Receiver split to the near side, or 2 of them, and Guttery's in the shotgun. He sends Dawson Lance in motion in front of him. To his right hip is Connor Schur. This is a quarterback sweep and keep the whole way. Doak breaks the first line of defense, bowls over a tackler at the 20, dives forward to the 23. Another strong run from Doak Guttery. That one covers 14 yards. And another Osborne first down at their own 23-yard line. They lead 14-0 with 8:20 to play in the first half.
You know, the key to that is the running backs, when they don't get the ball, if you have guys that block, I talked about Lance earlier on the last set of downs, and this time it was Connor Scher led up into the hole and makes a great block on the linebacker, because there was a linebacker coming to make the play. So some really good blocks so far by the running backs for Osborne.
First down and 10 at the 23 of the Bulldogs. Osborne with the football. One receiver split to the near side is Lance. Guttery on the keep again. He's drugged down from behind, gets across the 25 out to the 26. Pickup of about 3 on the run play. And it is now second down. We'll call it a 2-yard pickup, second down and 8.
Like Barron's again with the tackle. He's been pretty active from his outside spot, too.
75 yards on 9 carries and a touchdown for Doak Guttery early in this game. The other first quarter touchdown came on the final play of the first quarter for Osborne anyway, a 21-yard run from Dawson Lance. Second down and 8, short 8 for Osborne. I formation, tight set behind Guttery. The handoff goes to Lance. Dawson dives forward out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play. We'll call it 6. Third down and 2 coming up here for Osborne after the 6-yard run by Dawson Lance. 6 carries for 43 tonight for Dawson.
It's going to be pretty interesting here. You know, at some point Osborne's going to come with a little play action here, because they really been running the ball, pounding the ball just straight ahead, letting the guys up front block. And Hanover, I know they're disciplined. Let's see what they do in the secondary, see if they get their reads and to see if it's run block or pass block by those guards, because if they don't do that, somebody's going to run by them and be open. Wind
out of the southeast is not as bad as it was at the start of the game. Here's the little fake pitch, handoff Connor Scher, bounces off a couple tackles, goes forward across the 35 out to the 39-yard line, and a pickup of 6 on the run play that time from Connor Scher. We'll call it the 38, first and 10 for Osborne. Connor Scher with his 5th carry for 26 yards.
Yeah, Osborne with those 2 good scoring drives, up 14-0 midway through the second quarter. It's really been about the special teams and defense of Osborne so far that has got them this lead. And Hanover's just been hanging in with also some good special teams, especially with their punt, and then some pretty good defense.
First and 10 for Osborne. The ball just inside their own territory, 38-yard line. Shotgun snap goes to Guttery. Doak wants to throw, has plenty of time to do so. A high throw over the top and just led too much, intended for Lincoln Kane at about the 15. It fell incomplete over the middle of the field, and it's now second down and 10. I got to get used to a different player wearing number 4, because Mason Scher's worn that for the last 4 years.
And we knew that was coming, Dusty. Yep. Just said you know that the pass is coming, and that's a touchdown. You got a guy that has split the defense, and it's a throw and catch. And both teams, that's where they've been tonight. The guys are open. It's just not executing on either the throw or the catch.
Second and 10 for Osborne at their own 38-yard line. 6:08 to play first half. 14-0 Bulldogs. Quick pitch near side goes to Dawson Lance. He cuts inside, has it at the 35, spins off a tackle. There's a penalty flag that came out late at the 35-yard line. Dawson's out to the 30 right now. It'd be a 12-yard run for Dawson Lance currently. We'll see what this penalty flag is. Looks like it's on Osborne, and another hold on the Bulldogs. 6 penalties in this first half for Osborne. The last 4 have been 10 or more yards. So that's been a bit of an issue here for Osborne early in this one. 55 yards on 6 penalties for the Bulldogs in this first half.
Yeah, you see one of the offensive linemen again looking at the officials with the hands out, so you know who they were calling it on. So, guys up front are doing a good job, but they got caught that time. And another good block by Scher as the lead back on. I thought they were going to get him for a call, but he did a great job moving his feet and just won his one-on-one battle with the block.
Take the penalty out, and it's second down and 11 now for Osborne. So it's 9 yards down the field where the hold happened. So actually, it should be, it's second down after that incompletion. Second and 11 for the Bulldogs at their own 37. Play action fake. Guttery wants to throw. Out of the backfield on a wheel. This is Connor Scher, and he dropped it at the 35 of Hanover. A little bit too high there. Connor's shorter, but on the hands there, Connor just couldn't quite reel it in. It's incomplete, and it's third down and 11.
Yeah, there's things there in the passing game, and that's why Dusty has 14-0 instead of having more points. The defense has played well, but the execution in especially the passing game by both teams has not been something that I know the coaches are happy about. It's there for them, and both teams are going to do much better as the game progresses because they know that they've got some things they can use to make big plays.
So here we go, third down and 11 for Osborne. Dawson Lance goes in motion to the far side in front of Guttery in the pistol formation. Doak wants to throw, a little hesitation, pump fake. Doak looking down the near sideline. Connor's wide open at the 25, sidestepping the sideline and knocked out of bounds down to the 14-yard line. A big play that time, covering 27 yards on the pass play from Doak Guttery to Connor Schur down to the Hanover 16.
Only two guys rushing the passer. You got six in coverage. So there's absolutely nobody open, but Guttery stands back there what it seems like forever, and then finally you have Schur that's open down the sideline, and that's not a person that you want to leave open down the sideline because you're probably not going to win a race if there's a race involved. So big play, and the passing game, I just said, eventually is going to open up for both teams.
Unofficially 28 down to the Hanover 16-yard line. Guttery with fake to the fullback, handoff to Dawson Lance. Cuts back inside at the 10, down to the 5, dragging a defender, and finally taken down at about the 4-yard line. Forward progress, maybe the 3. We're waiting for the official spot here. We'll call it actually, they give it to him at the 5. And so that's an 11-yard run, and first and goal at the 5 for Osborne.
Good cutback, but Stahlbomber right there, Reichen Stahlbomber that makes the play, and the tackler and running back both fighting to get to the end zone and stop him from getting to the end zone. Just good effort on both sides.
Osborne up 14-0, 5:19 to play first half. The Bulldogs threatening again with first and goal at the 5. Pistol formation, Guttery with him in the backfield is Schur, and now Dawson Lance comes in behind everybody else. Connor Schur gets the call, drags the defender down to the 1 on a 3-yard run, and it is now actually a 4-yard run. It's now second down and goal at the 1-yard line for Osborne.
Pretty good job up front defensively by Hanover, but still just a good job of keeping your legs going. As a running back, it looked like it was only going to be a yard gain or so, but gets 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line. Guttery steps under center. Probably a quarterback sneak. And it is. Doak's in for the touchdown from a yard out. And Osborne leads it 20-0 with 4:39 to play in this first half. I think I know Steve Tiernan a little bit of what he might do offensively after seeing him enough over the years. Touchdown run for Doak from 1 yard out.
And it's not a complicated process. No. First of all, you're winning the line of scrimmage. Not by a lot, but you're winning the line of scrimmage, and you've got a 200-pound quarterback. And then you don't have to worry about a mishap on a handoff or somebody misses assignment and you get tackled in the backfield. It's really a no-brainer to run the quarterback sneak. All that seems to be a lost art for a lot of teams anymore.
2-point attempt with twins to each side here for Guttery in the shotgun for Osborne. They lead 20-0. Doak pressured, rolls near side, across his body with the left hand, trying to go Patrick Mahomes style. Good play defensively there by Hanover and Cameron Juneman to knock that ball loose in the middle of the end zone, and the pass falls incomplete. 4:39 to play first half. Osborne 20, Hanover 0. We are back in 60 seconds on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
Every great team has shared qualities that separated them from all else. Whether you're talking about the 72 Dolphins, the 92 Dream Team, the Fab Five, or the Magnificent Seven, you can count on one thing. The vision was clear and the commitment was obvious. High standards were set and improvement was never ending. At Sapp Brothers, our goal is simple: to be your number one source of propane, lubricants, and extreme premium diesel fuel. And we'll reach our goal by treating you like family and giving you service that makes you want to come back. Join our team, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, in Philly, Crete, Lincoln, Humboldt, and Hanover, Kansas.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Get professional service in all brands of equipment. Call KNDY Electric in Hanover, your local Rheem contractor, at 785-337-2598 today.
Dusty Donis and Todd Clover back with you from Hanover, Kansas on KNDY FM 95.5, SunflowerStateRadio.com. Big thanks to the listeners back in north central Kansas and the Osborne area, and to everybody listening to Hanover Wildcat football tonight on KNDY. It is 20-0 in favor of Osborne with 4:39 remaining in the first half. Osborne really getting that run game working and rolling with it here in this first half.
Not too often, Dusty, you call a drive in 8-man football, 12 plays, 78 yards, taking 4:27 off the clock, just methodically marched down the field, and finally you got the big pass play to set up the first and goal.
So Osborne to kick off. Lincoln Kane has it teed up at the 30. And again, Chase Bruna back to return. An end over and kick. Bruna fields it at the 5, out to the 10, to the 20, and lowers the shoulder to the 25. Good return that time for Bruna, and Hanover will start at their own 25-yard line. one of their better starting field positions of the night, if not their best. They did start at their own 32 on their second drive. Or actually, I might be looking at a different drive there. You do crossways. What's Hanover's best starting field position tonight?
Best starting field position was own 26.
So, yeah, about 25, 26 right now, so that's going to match it.
It's going to match it. And let's see if maybe Max protect a little bit. See if you can get Zabernicki one-on-one out there, use his size, and see if they can execute something in the passing game. It's there.
Zabernicki. He is split to the near side with Chase Bruna, and in the shotgun, this is a new quarterback out there. Pass near sideline falls incomplete. Out there for Hanover was Brigham Bruna at quarterback that time, and he threw that one incomplete, and it's now 2nd down and 10. Pressure was coming from Osborne.
Yeah, the reason it was incomplete is he got hit.
Yes.
And that's your guy in Sure right behind the nose guard, and the nose guard goes one way and Sure goes the other way, and unless there's a running back, there's nobody to pick that up. That's just a very effective defense. Used to run that all the time. It gives defenses fits because you got the fastest guy on the field getting immediate penetration, and it just totally blows up the play. You almost have to have a running back assigned to look for that blitz on every play.
Reich and Stahlbaum are kind of looking at his elbow here. So Brigham Bruna, the 5'7", 140-pounder, is out there playing quarterback right now, the junior. He takes the shotgun snap, pressure bearing down on him, and he takes off and runs, taken down from behind. Luckily for Osborne, they have somebody else with speed as Connor Sure comes in from behind and takes down Bruno after an 8-yard gain. Looked like it was going to be much more. 3rd and 2 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Well, just a good job by Bruno. He gets back in the pocket, and he had some time. Good job by the offensive line for Hanover. Probably the best pass blocking they've had, but nobody's open. And that's just a good sign of a quarterback when he first gets in there. They want to throw the football. And but that shows that he's very disciplined and say, oh, there's nothing there, and I'm going to have to call a timeout, I'm assuming, because there's nobody going to the huddle as a quarterback.
Yeah, we're down to 3:48 to play and counting here in this first half. Matt Hoyer's with Bruna and Stahlbaumer on the near side, just taking his time, and the back judge is starting to count down, so they will go ahead. I don't think they're going to take 5 yards here, are they? A timeout is called. So I don't think they just stand around and just take a 5-yard penalty on 3rd down and 2. So with 3:35 remaining in the first half, it's Osborne 20, Hanover 0. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Hanover out of this 60-second timeout on KNDY.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Ricky's Cafe in Hanover ain't just good, it's home. From their daily specials to a full menu, choose your favorite served fresh, hot, and fast. Your family when you stop at Ricky's Cafe, and you're welcome anytime. Enjoy the delicious menu choices, and of course, when you're hosting an event, bring Ricky's Catering along. With a variety of options available, always at affordable prices. Call for your next engagement and count on Ricky's Cafe at Hanover.
And welcome back on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. Dusty Donis alongside Todd Clover. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Hanover out of the timeout. They have the ball at their own 34-yard line. Brigham Bruna with the spread formation. 2 receivers to the near side. Bruna's in the shotgun. On this 3rd down and 2 play, hard count. Bruna takes the snap, wants to throw, pressured out of the pocket, has a little bit of time. Now tucks and runs. A great move there by Bruna out of bounds on that far sideline into the Osborne side of the field. And actually, he did run out on his own side, but to the Osborne sideline. Still a pickup of enough for a 1st down, a 5-yard run. 1st and 10 for Hanover, just inside their own territory at the 39.
But you see what Bruna is giving them is the offensive line is doing a good job of pass blocking, but he is doing a good job of extending the play. And when you do that, much like the Osborne play that was extended because there was no pressure, where he eventually found the running back down the sideline, eventually somebody's going to come open for Bruna to find.
1st and 10 for Hanover, just inside their own territory at the 39-yard line. Under center is Bruna. 1 running back in the backfield is Schwartz. 1 receiver to the far side. Bruna backs up, wants to throw. Pressure coming, and he has absolutely nowhere to go. He is sacked in the backfield way back at the 32-yard line, a 7-yard loss on the play. And bearing down, I believe, was Dalton Garman as well as Lincoln Kane, and it's now 2nd down and 17.
I think Guttery was in there. Doak was in there also, and that tells you what happened on the play. Everybody met at the quarterback, so really no chance to scramble on that play because pressure from all sides and up the middle, and it's that up the middle that creates problems for quarterbacks because you can't step up. Now Bruner's limping too, so getting into the depth for Hanover.
Yeah. 2nd down and about 17.5 for a first down. Bruner is still out there at quarterback, I believe. And in motion to the near side is Chase Bruner. Brigham with a screen pass over the middle to Schwartz. It was open. Doak Guttery does a very good job of getting the open field tackle over on that far hash. As Schwartz is taken down after a pickup of 5 on the play, and it's 3rd down and 12. A great open field stop for Guttery.
Yeah, because there's a guy there to block him, and he just wins the one-on-one battle. If that block is there, there's nobody there for another 10, 12 yards, and you have a chance to pick up the first down. That's the play I've been talking about, either the Utah pass or in this case it was the screen pass. That's what you need to do to attack this aggressive defense of Osborne because they bring all that pressure. Just flip it over the top of them, and flipping it over the top of them instead of the underhanded is why they were able to complete it.
That was the first catch of the game for Schwartz. 3rd down and about 11.5, 12 to go. Brigham Bruner again in the shotgun. One receiver to each side. His left hip is Schwartz. Bruner pressured out of the pocket, wants to throw. It's over the middle. Low throw, but it's grabbed by Zarbanicki, who goes out across the 30 of Osborne down to about the 26-yard line. There's a penalty flag, though, at the 30-yard line. And this looks like a block in the back maybe on Hanover.
Yeah, Zarbanicki does a good job of, you got it, that's the block in the back.
Block in the back right there at the first down marker. So they'll back that up from that spot, wipe that one off, and we're going to be almost at the same spot, but it'll be 3rd down and about 10 now instead of 3rd and 12.
You know, you always talk about the importance of speed. Zarbanicki made the guy miss because the ball was thrown a little bit behind him, so he cuts it back inside. The would-be tackler for Osborne runs by him, and it's really going to be probably a touchdown. There's nobody left there, but it sure, once again, that was rushing the passer and then ends up making the tackle 25, 30 yards downfield. That's not only athleticism, but great effort.
3rd down, about 9.5 to go here for Hanover after the penalty, which was their 4th of this first half. Brigham Bruner in the shotgun. 2 receivers, the near side are Zarbanicki and Chase Bruner. Brigham pressured, throws over the middle high. It's incomplete. Intended for Chase Bruner at about the 24 of Osborne. And Dalton Garman was in on coverage, was closest to maybe intercepting it for Osborne. There's a couple other white jerseys back there as well. Dawson Lance and Doak Guttery. It's incomplete, and it's 4th down and 9.5.
Yeah, that was pretty much a jump ball. You had 2 guys in the secondary for Osborne and the receiver for Hanover, both jumping up to catch it, and nobody really quite got far enough downfield. They stopped, all of them, and jumped up, and if somebody had kept running, they would have caught the football. 4th
down and 9.5. Hanover in punt formation. Josh Zarbanicki is set to punt it away and gets a high end-over-end kick. It takes a bounce inside the 5 and rolls into the end zone. Osborne will start 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. I don't believe there's any yellow back here near the punt. There was an Osborne player that was close to blocking it. I believe that was Guttery. And with 1:22 to play in the first half, it's 20-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. For our listeners back in the Osborne area, the Lakeside Knights beat Logan Palco tonight. Game called at halftime, 48-0. Lakeside 3-0 on the season, and Osborne will be playing Lakeside next week as well. That game will be in Osborne.
I believe you will be at that game.
Crossing the fingers, hopefully we'll be at that game. I'm making no guarantees at this point.
Well, hopefully the parts will show up and everything can get repaired so that the radio back home can be on the air.
Hill City's up on Thunder Ridge 14-6 at halftime. An interesting game around the state here tonight as well. 1st down and 10 for Osborne, their own 15. Doak Guttery takes the snap, wants to throw over the middle, wide open. Goheen turns at the midfield stripe, catches it down to the 30, 25, 20, breaks a tackle, 10, 5, and he's in for the touchdown on the near sideline. A 65-yard touchdown pass, from Doak Guttery to Nathan Goheen, and Osborne with the 26-0 lead with 1:09 to play in the first half.
Well, we got started talking about that Lakeside game, and I was going to say, before they snap the ball, there's 1:22 to go. The opponent is not going to run the ball and score on you. They don't have enough time, So in the secondary, you've got to be alert for the play action.
65 yards in the pass play, and the two-point run is Dawson Lance taking it in for the two-point conversion. 1:09 to play first half. Osborne 28, Hanover 0, and we are back in 60 seconds here on KNDY, KDCountry94.com.
Landall Company's success story continues to be written by their loyal and dedicated team members. Landall congratulates their employees on another successful year with an incentive bonus of 12.76% or 6.64 weeks of pay. With many career opportunities available, Landall offers career advancement, stable employment, and benefits that include profit sharing, $2 per hour shift differential, 4% attendance bonus, fuel allowance, comprehensive health insurance, and much more. Start your new chapter at Landall today. Apply online at landall.com. An equal opportunity employer welcoming vets and disabilities.
Main Street Market is a proud supporter of all Wildcat athletics, your local hometown grocery store. Stay up to date on all the new deals, news, and sales by checking out their Facebook page. Stop by and see everything that they have to offer. That's Main Street Market, downtown Hanover, proud supporter of Wildcat athletics.
Welcome back here on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. 28-0 lead for the Osborne Bulldogs over the Hanover Wildcats. Osborne scored 14 points in each quarter so far. Hanover looking to get something going offensively as Lincoln Kane has it teed up at the 30. Again, a 65-yard touchdown pass from Doak Guttery to Nathan Goheen as the Bulldogs have the 28-0 lead.
Yeah, that last series was just a little over a minute to go. You got to think, protect your end zone. Ooh,
whip kick hits the Hanover up man, and I believe Osborne's on top of it. It was a low kick that barely got up off the ground. It hit the legs of a Hanover up guy. It was either Griffith or Cook, and Osborne's on top of it at the 38 of Hanover. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Still 1:06 to play in the first half, and things are going the wrong way right now for the Wildcats.
Well, I don't know if it was an accident or on purpose, but what you do is the closest guy, you kick it at him as hard as you can, and you hope that lineman tries to catch it because he won't.
1st and 10 for Osborne at the 38 of Hanover. Handoff goes to Dawson Lance, trying to get the edge. And breaks off a tackle at the 30. Still running down the near sideline and hanging on for dear life. Juneman makes the stop down at the Hanover 22-yard line. A 16-yard run that time from Dawson Lance, and it's a first down for Osborne at the Hanover 22.
Nice run to the outside, just running through arm tackles by the Hanover defenders. They're there. It's just a matter of speed and strength, and on that play, the Osborne back had more of both.
Cameron Juneman made the stop, but Osborne's in business again. 1st and 10 at the 22 of Hanover with 44 seconds remaining in this first half. Gutter with a play-action fake. Wants to throw. Rolling to the left. Uses his left hand. Caught by Connor Schur at the 15. Breaks a tackle inside the 10. And another first down for Osborne down to the 9-yard line of Hanover. And that is another 13-yard pass play for Osborne. 1st and goal at the 9 for the Bulldogs.
And that's the key thing, first down. So it stops the clock with 32 seconds, so Osborne has time to get the play in here quickly because the ball is already, the clock has already started, and just a great adjustment on a pass that was behind Connor on the play.
Yeah, 1st and goal inside the 10, about the 9, 28-0 Bulldogs, 25 seconds to play in the first half. Clock is running. Doak Guttery in the shotgun with the double wing formation. Connor Schur comes in front of Guttery. Doak wants to throw. Has time. Looking for the out route to Kane, but Doak tucks and runs. He dives forward inside the 5 down to the 2. That's a 7-yard run, and I believe Osborne has some timeouts left. They have all 3 of them, actually, so they take the timeout with 9 seconds left after a 7-yard run there by Doak Guttery. 7 yards. He's got 83 rushing yards in the game, a couple touchdowns on 11 carries. I'm going to go ahead and keep it here since we're real close to halftime, a 28-0 lead for the Bulldogs, and really just a unfortunate break there for Hanover, and a great break for Osborne to get that kick that went off the front man's legs, and Osborne was in business quickly with just, 4 plays that they've run?
This will be the 4th.
Yep, and they're inside down to the 2-3 yard line.
And when this game's over, one of the things that people are not going to talk about are special teams, and the special teams have been very special for Osborne tonight. The kick coverage, the kickoffs, the kick coverage has had Hanover backed up to their end zone all night long, really bad field position, and then as I said, whether that was on purpose or not, I think it was on purpose because what you do
did look like
is you kick it as hard as you can right at that lineman that's 10 or 11 yards, and you just hope he doesn't move out of the way, because if he tries to catch it, that's a lineman that's not used to catching the ball, and it's going to be at the lower, probably below his waist, and it's going to bounce off of him, and you're going to recover it.
Second goal at about the 2 here for Osborne. 2 receivers to each side. Doak Guttery in the shotgun might be spreading out for a quarterback draw, and that's what it is. Doak dives into the end zone for the touchdown. It is a 2-yard score for Doak Guttery, his third touchdown run of the night, and Osborne leads 34-0 with 5.5 seconds remaining in this first half.
Yeah, 4 plays, you just go 38 yards, and that really is a backbreaker because Hanover's done a good job in this first half, been competitive, and then just really these last couple touchdowns have 78-yard drive and then that 38-yard drive after the turnover on the special teams.
Guttery hands it off again on the 2-point attempt, and just shy of the goal line that time was Dawson Lance, I believe, on the call. Actually, that was Connor Schur on the run that time for Osborne. He stopped just short. 34-0, Osborne with the lead. We will take the timeout now. 60 seconds. We're back on KNDY with 5.5 seconds remaining in the first half.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas, a proud Wildcat booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Welcome back on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. Osborne up 34-0, 5.5 seconds remaining in this first half. This kick for Osborne rolling, and it goes out of bounds inside the 20 to the 19. And we'll see if Hanover makes some re-kick, or they would take it where it went out of bounds. Or what's the other option? 25 from where it's kicked?
Yeah, or it'd be 5 yards now. They put that new rule in. 5 yards from where it went out of bounds, back them up 5 yards or 25 from where it's kicked, and they're going to do the re-kick version.
Re-kick it. Clock didn't start because nobody touched us. It rolls out of bounds. We're still at 5.7 actually on the clock here in this first half, with Osborne leading 34-0 here in Hanover. Beautiful night for football. It's really turned into a great one. The wind has definitely died down a little bit compared to what it was at kickoff. So they said about 10 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. I'd say that's probably about accurate, the way that flag's moving out.
And I'm going to repeat, if there's any ADs out there that want to figure out how to build a press box, come to Hanover and take a look.
Kane on the approach. This is a short end-over-end kick. It takes a bounce, and it dies there at about the 11-yard line, picked up by Chase Bruna. And he has a little bit of an opening here on the near sideline, but Connor Schur closed that quickly. And the half ends at the 30-yard line on the return there by Chase Bruno of about 19 yards. So at halftime, it is 34-0 in favor of the Osborne Bulldogs over the Hanover Wildcats. We will take a timeout. We are back in a couple minutes with our halftime numbers here on KNDY FM 95.5 and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
Haymakers like you told us what they want from a self-propelled windrower, and New Holland listened. Visit KNDY in Marysville and see the result. The high productivity, high precision, high performance Speed Rower Plus, featuring the industry's fastest speeds, drive-by-wire controls, PLM solutions, and our most comfortable ride ever. It'll help you mow more hay in a day faster and with greater precision. Stop by KNDY in Marysville and put big new pluses to work in your hay operation.
Sunflower Community Credit Union recognizes that members' health, both personal and financial, is top priority. In order to make your banking a completely safe experience, they're proud to now offer drive-in convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5:30, Saturday, 8:30 till noon. Lending can be done remotely as well. Contact their friendly loan officers at 562-3741. New members always welcome. Call, go online, or drop by Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville for more details. Caring about your personal and financial health, Sunflower Community Credit Union.
When it's time to start your demo day, you'll want to have the right tools readily available. Hometown Lumber and Hardware offers rental tools and equipment for your project start to finish. They have demolition hammers, jackhammers, drywall sanders, air-powered nailers, paint sprayers, and other tools you need. Whatever projects you're undertaking, Hometown Lumber and Hardware has the tool and equipment rentals available to make your job easier and more efficient.
Honeyman Auto Sales and Service. Drive by or check inventory online at honeymanauto.com. You can even schedule a test drive online as well. With lots of choices, Honeyman works to make yours the best buying experience with customer service a top priority. Competitive pricing, knowledgeable staff, and superior customer service right here at home. With a full service shop and a selection of both cars and trucks in all price ranges, see Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, East Pony Express Highway, Marysville, today.
Well, welcome to our halftime show here on KNDY FM 95.5, SunflowerStateRadio.com. Again, the Osborne Bulldogs leading 34-0 over the Hanover Wildcats here at halftime in Hanover in this one. As we look at some of the first half numbers, we can tell you that the Bulldogs in the first half, again with the 34-0 lead, got things rolling in that first quarter. A 23-yard touchdown run from Doak Guttery. Pass from Guttery to Nathan Goheen made it 8-0 Osborne at 7:50 in the first quarter. Then Osborne was scoring a 21-yard touchdown run by Dawson Lance. The final play of the first quarter for Osborne's offense. Hanover had one play as the quarter came to a close, a 14-0 lead after the pass failed there for Osborne on their second touchdown. In the second quarter, Osborne outscoring Hanover 20-0. Doak Guttery a 2-yard touchdown run at the 4:39 mark of that second quarter. The pass failed. It was 20-0 Osborne. And then on the first play, a 65-yard touchdown pass from Doak Guttery to Nathan Goheen. Dawson Lance out of the two-point run at 1:09 to play in the first half. It was 28-0. And then 3 seconds later, an onside kick off the feet of, or the shins of the Hanover up man was recovered by Osborne, and then that ended 4 plays later with a Doak Guttery 2-yard touchdown run. 2-point attempt failed with 5 seconds to play in the first half. Osborne had a 34-0 lead, and they would go into the locker room with that score as Hanover returned the kick out to the 30-yard line, but no more than that. First half numbers for Osborne. As we look at it, they had 178 yards rushing and 116 through the air. So a great first half there for Osborne offensively with 294 yards of total offense as they came into this game averaging at just 148.5 yards. So a good first half there for the Bulldogs as they were led by Doak Guttery with 12 carries for 85 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. He also went 4 of 7 passing for 116 yards on the touchdown. 70 yards on 8 rushes for Dawson Lance in the touchdown, 30 yards on 6 carries for Connor Scher. And receiving-wise, Nathan Goheen had that 1 catch for 65 in the score, 37 yards on a couple catches for Connor Scher, and Lincoln Kane had 1 catch for 14 yards in the first half. One issue for Osborne was penalties in the first half. They had 6 for 55 in that first half of the Osborne offense. For Hanover, they had just 9 yards of offense in the first half, 1 on the ground and 8 through the air. So that's been a struggle for them, and we've talked about there have been opportunities for Hanover to get some yards, but there's been some sacks that have kind of caused them and a fumble recovery that kind of made them lose some yardage as well. So just 9 yards of offense in the first half for Hanover. They did have 4 penalties for 22 yards as well. So overall, Osborne kind of dominating that first half, and you can tell that on the scoreboard as well here tonight, Todd.
Yeah, when you're controlling the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively, you're having a really good night with your special teams. And then right before half, you get the big turnover on the kick, and you get the big pass play, the 65-yard. In the last minute 16, you put up 2 touchdowns, and that's really the backbreaker because Hanover had nothing going offensively, but defensively they were staying close enough where you could be in the ball game. But that's just a killer when it looks like you're going to go in a somewhat close ball game, and then all of a sudden, bam, there's 2 touchdowns in the last minute 16.
So, again, 9 yards total offense for Hanover, 294 for Osborne in the first half. The Bulldogs lead it at halftime, 34-0 over the Hanover Wildcats. Take another timeout. We'll send it back to Max in the studio and be back to the second half coming up here on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
Hanover Wildcat Football, a service of Hanover Hospital, Hanover Electric, Blue Valley Technologies, Andy's Hardware and Lumber, the Citizen State Banks, Bruna Implement, Hanover Insurance Agency, Midwest Products, Landall Company, Mariman Farmers Mutual Insurance, Main Street Market, Ricky's Cafe, B&W Service, and Sapp Brothers Petroleum. Hanover Wildcat Football, a service of Hanover Hospital, Hanover Electric, Blue Valley Technologies, Andy's Hardware and Lumber, the Citizen State Banks, Bruna Implement, Hanover Insurance Agency, Midwest Products, Landall Company, Mariman Farmers Mutual Insurance, Main Street Market, Ricky's Cafe, B&W Service, and Sapp Brothers Petroleum.
Just like our area athletes work each day in practice to perform at their best in the big game, the staff at Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, work daily to provide the best parts and service experience when you need it most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. We know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one. Bruna Implement Company, since 1947.
Take the worry out of ordering and refilling your propane tanks with Kramer Oil. Great people to work with, their family has been serving your family since 1976. Customize your account with delivery and automatic refill, prepaid discount, or level billing options available. Hard work, integrity, and dedication to the community are hallmarks that Kramer Oil lives by and promise to deliver for you. Join the family today with a phone call to Kramer Oil in Marysville. Find them online at krameroil.com.
Anyone can sell you soybean seed. Channel Seedsmen place product to perform. With Channel XtendFlex soybeans and Channel Roundup Ready 2 Extend soybeans, you'll get the superior weed control you want and the high yield potential you need. Make the most of next season with the Roundup Ready Extend crop system and expert recommendations from Channel Seedsmen. Ask a seedsman in your area for recommendations for your fields. Check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state. Always read and follow pesticide label directions.
And we'll welcome you back here on KNDY FM 95.5 and SunflowerStateRadio.com, KittyCountry94.com. Again, glad to have all of our listeners here in the northeastern portions of the listening area in Marysville and the Hanover area, and also online back in north central Kansas in the Osborne area. Tonight for Osborne and Hanover, as the Bulldogs again lead at 34-0 at halftime here in Hanover. There's 2 really, really good games going on in the state tonight in 8-man football. One of those is right in the Twin Valley League, where at halftime Axtell is leading Clifton Clyde 28-12. It's a matchup of 2 teams that I have number 1 in my poll. In both 8-man Division 1 will be Clifton Clyde. Axtell and 8-man Division 2 are the teams that I've ranked number 1 this week. Clifton Clyde, I think probably consensus would be somewhere around number 2 or 3 in the state. Axtell is consensus number 1 in 8-man Division 2. The 8-man Division 2 defending state champions. Again, they lead 28-12 at Clifton Clyde at halftime. I figured that one would be a great game, and it's kind of lived up to that hype. Hill City was up 14-6 at halftime against Thunder Ridge. That's a lower scoring game than I anticipated with the way Thunder Ridge has kind of played defensively and had some struggles this year, but a 14-6 lead for Hill City at halftime as Thunder Ridge is number 3 in 8-man Division 2 in most polls. Hill City not ranked in some, but Keisha Covered has them number 1 in their poll in 8-man Division 1, and they're not even ranked in a lot of polls. I think I have Hill City at 4 in my poll. So just a couple of the games that are going on in the area tonight and in the state tonight that are of note in 8-man football.
That's the thing about 8-man football. You know, when the 8-man All-Star game, they were originally came out, people were like, oh, it's going to be 80-74. And I said, no, it's not, because you're going to have great athletes on defense. The reason the points are so high in 8-man football is you get the mismatches. You get the good athletes in open field in 8-man football, and, you just got superior athletes and you have so many mismatches. You don't get that as much the higher up you go. There's more kids to pick from, and there's 3 more kids out there defensively. You just don't get the mismatches as you get up into 3, 4, 5A. It's closer level on the talent side. So when you get 2 evenly matched teams, it doesn't matter if it's San Diego and the Chiefs playing last night. It's going to be a competitive football game, or you get the matchup that you were talking about with Thunder Ridge tonight.
Hanover has some work to do in the second half of this one. They trail 34-0, and they will kick to start the second half. 2 receivers back for Osborne. One of them is Connor Schur, trying to place the other one. Looks like that's Hunter Howell back there as well. On the approach, Bruno with an onside kick. It takes a nice Hanover bounce, but jumping on top of it, quickly over there on that far side of the front line of defense was Sam KNDY, and Osborne will have great field position at their own 38-yard line to start their first drive of the second half. Again, leading 34-0 as we open out half number 2.
Well, and if you're Osborne, that's one of the things you talk about on your special teams. Another big special teams play. Hanover might as well try the onside kick because Osborne has got things going offensively.
Osborne comes out with 1st and 10, one receiver to each side. Dawson Lance going in motion, stops short at the right end here on the snap. Quick pitch goes to the near side to Connor Scher. And a nice open field tackle, making sure Scher goes nowhere on that stop that time was Chase Bruna. A pickup of 2 just inside midfield on the Hanover side of things. It's 2nd down and 8.
Chase has been active tonight defensively for Hanover. Just an excellent open field tackle. And that really is the key to good 8-man defense is you've got to have athletes that can tackle in the open field because as we know, whether it's Mason or Connor, you miss that tackle, you're going to lose the race to the end zone.
2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. Side formation behind the quarterback, Doak Guttery. A tight set. Handoff goes to Dawson Lance as he is whipped down to the turf from behind, but a nice run that time for Lance covering 7, and it's 3rd down and 1 now for Osborne.
Good job up front, that left side of the offensive line for Osborne, creating that nice gap. And once again, the special team sets Osborne up. They seem like they've been in 4-down territory all night long, except for the one time they were backed up at the 2 and went 78 yards for the touchdown. So that just gives you 4 opportunities to pick up the first down.
Actually, 3rd down about 2 for Osborne as they have that tight eye set again. Handoff goes to Dawson Lance. He dives forward. He's taken down right at the legs by Chase Bruna. But he has just enough for the first down. It's a pickup of 3 on the play. He needed 2 first downs for Osborne as they move the chains.
Yeah, Chase, 6'3", 160-pound, the senior. Just really getting after it on the defensive side. You just love to see kids that know how to tackle. Physical, they break down and get the shoulder pads into the legs of the running back. Gets the head in front. That's just a textbook way to tackle.
Minute and a half into the second half. Osborne again leading 34-0. They have 1st and 10 at the Hanover 31. Pistol formation this time for Guttery. The option pitch goes to Sure. It's on the ground, and jumping on top of it was Sam KNDY. So loss of 4 on the play. 2nd down and 14. It was interesting because the ball was on the ground and he was just kind of looking at it. KNDY, he must have known was right there, and he didn't probably want to get taken out at the legs. So KNDY jumped on top of it, and Osborne retains possession with 2nd down and 14.
That play in the first half, I talked about how the defensive end didn't commit, so Guttery tucked it up and ran it inside. Same thing happened, except Guttery pitched it instead of getting the read and getting up inside. 2nd down and 14 now for Osborne. 2 receivers to the near side as Dawson Lance goes in motion in front of Guttery in the pistol formation. Doak wants to throw. A little hitch and go. Pump fake looking down the field for Kane, and it's through his fingertips at about the 4-yard line, incomplete on the near hash. And it's 3rd down and 14 for Osborne. Just another near throw and catch. Both these teams have been so close there. Neither team is off very far in the passing game. For Hanover, it's been more about getting their quarterbacks time to throw the football. For Osborne, it's been 2 or 3 times where either been overthrown a couple times or been dropped.
And I think there's just sometimes they're taking just a little hitch in that route that's kind of slowing them down.
Throws the timing off.
Yeah, 3rd down and 14 now for Osborne. Guttery under center, play action fake, wants to throw, goes over the middle. He makes the catch at the 25 and dives toward the first down marker. He ended up fumbling the ball. So his forward progress stops where that ball came loose at the 21-yard line and just shy of the first down, it looks like, as that's a 13-yard pass and they needed 14. It's 4th down and 1 at the Hanover 21.
That's up. Yep, it's just about 1 yard, long yard. So, is this going to be where you bring some size in the middle of that line for Hanover because they know there's a good chance you're going to see the fullback dive or quarterback sneak.
They'll come up with Guttery under center, 1 receiver to each side. Connor Scher, the fullback. Doak with a hard count. He fumbled the football. The snap, the ball goes forward, and Hanover looks like they've got it. They are on top of it. Recovering the fumble for the Wildcats was Reichen Stahlbaumer, who's back out there defensively for Hanover. And 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on the first turnover of the game for either team, I believe.
Yeah, sometimes on 4th down you see that a lot where the quarterback pulls out early. That was a pretty obvious one there. You could see where he's pulling out too quick and you don't get the exchange. You just get a little anxious as a quarterback to make something happen quick because there's a yard to go. And when you do that, you don't have the normal consistency that you need for that snap exchange.
So Hanover gets the snap. We'll see what they can do offensively. Brigham Bruna's in there at quarterback in the shotgun formation, fakes a pitch and runs right into Lincoln Kane. The ball came out late, but they deemed that Brigham Bruna was down by contact. It's a 2-yard loss, 2nd down and 12 coming up for Hanover.
I don't want to jinx anything here, but the officials have done a great job tonight. Just been all over everything. Just been real smooth. Been a really easy game to call. Both teams just playing good, clean football. So, but sometimes you see officials that struggle a little bit. We're not having that tonight. Excellent crew.
Clock runs at 8:28 in the third quarter. Osborne still up 34-0. Hanover with the ball with 2nd and 12 at their own 16. Bruna in the shotgun. Brigham goes near side. Hits it to Chase Bruna. He goes out across the 20 to the 21. That's a pickup of 5 on the pass play, setting up now 3rd down and 7 for Hanover.
Good job on the quick wide receiver screen. You're hoping to make somebody miss. Made one person miss on the play. Bruna gets the reception, but just excellent pursuit by the Bulldogs defensively, so not able to get the big yards. So good execution by both teams.
3rd down, about 8 actually for Hanover. We'll call that a 4-yard pickup on that pass play back there. And on the 3rd down play, shotgun snap to Brigham Bruna. Fires over the middle, left it in between 2 intended targets. Zarbanicki was at about the 35 of Osborne, and Chase Bruna was about the midfield stripe. It's right over the middle in between both of them. Incomplete, and it's 4th down and about 7.5 for Hanover.
Yeah, there was good coverage. Had double coverage on Zarbanicki on the play, but Bruna is the one that had broke open. But sometimes you got to realize when the quarterback lets go, the receivers are not open. So by the time the ball got there, people can say, well, yeah, Bruna was open. Well, he wasn't when the ball was thrown.
Zarbanicki sent the punt now for Hanover. Back to return again is Hunter Howell. It's a low snap, and Zarbanicki just has to take off and run. He tries to throw. It's incomplete. So they get about 7 yards back because of that incomplete pass, but Osborne will be in great field position at the 21-yard line of Hanover, 1st and 10 after a turnover on downs. Snap just wasn't there at the right time, and maybe bobbled a little bit by Zarbanicki, and it's 1st and 10 for Osborne at the 21.
It's called Connor Scher once again.
Yep.
He has been so disruptive against the run game and then on special teams. He just about blocked one earlier, as you had called, and he would have blocked that one. He'd have taken it off his foot.
1st and 10 for Osborne at the 21 of Hanover. One receiver to each side. Connor Scher right behind Guttery. The fake. Doak keeps. There's a penalty flag coming in right away at the fake handoff. Guttery gets it down to the 18. Right now it's a 3-yard run, but it is coming back here, and it'll be a hold on Osborne again. It is their 7th penalty of the game for 75 yards, which is something you don't want to see in Week 3, typically.
Yeah,
those mistakes are off of your books by now.
Yeah, and when you hold, when the ball is going to the sideline on the run game and you're holding inside, and it's really in an area that has nothing to do with the play, that's what's frustrating for the coaches. It's like, we'd have been better off if we had 7 guys on the field and you hadn't even tried to block anybody on the play. Of course, when somebody gets beat, they reach and they grab, and that's why you have a holding. Good job by the defensive line of Hanover.
1st and 20 now for Osborne at the 31 of Hanover. Guttery under center again, fakes the handoff, play action, wants to throw, pop pass, goes to Nathan Goheen, and he dives forward. He's undercut there by the defender Chase Bruna, and Goheen's back to the 21. So a 10-yard pass play, setting up 2nd down and 10 for Osborne.
Just getting that little pop pass, getting the other end to kind of clear out the safety, kind of a skinny post, and then you drag the other end across to the vacated area and gets the ball out quick. You don't have to worry about the rush, and let's Goheen see if he can make somebody miss in the open field. Good tackle by the secondary Hanover.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 21 of the Wildcats. So we're almost halfway through this third quarter, 34-0. Osborne with the lead. 6:50 to play third. Guttery with the handoff to Dawson Lance. He cuts back inside on the run play, inside the 20 down to the 18. 3rd down and 8 coming up after a 3-yard run for Dawson Lance. A 2-yard run, actually. 81 yards rushing tonight for Lance on 11 carries. He's got a touchdown run as well.
Zarbanicki with another tackle defensively for Hanover. Very good outside linebacker for Hanover.
Checking back in defensively there for Hanover is Schwartz. at a defensive end position. 3rd down and 8. Quick pitch. Dawson Lance cuts inside, goes back to the outside, now back in, now back out across the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. What a run that time by Dawson Lance. A 10-yard pickup. He needed 8 for the first down, and it's 1st and goal for Osborne at the 8.
Just a toss sweep. Quarterback pitches the ball immediately to his tailback, and you get Sure out in front, and you get an athletic quarterback that gets out in front. So you got 2 lead blockers on the play and just outmanned Hanover at the corner, and that's something that I was kind of seeing in the first half, that really the running game has been so focused on between the ends, and really the first time they've tried to get outside with something other than the option.
Spot wasn't quite as good as it looked. It's 1st and goal at the 9 for Osborne after a 9-yard run. Guttery with the keep on the quarterback draw, and he's crossed the 5 down to the 2. 7-yard run on 1st down. It's 2nd down and goal for Osborne.
Sometimes running backs like to take plays off. I talked about this in the first half. When they don't get the ball, that's not something that Sure or Lance do. And that time it was Sure that got another good lead block. And sometimes you don't have to overpower someone on the block. You just have to have good footwork and get in their way, and that's exactly what Sure did on that play.
Osborne taking plenty of time on this drive. 5:07 to play 3rd quarter. They lead 34-0. 2nd and goal at the 2 for the Bulldogs. Tie-dye set. Guttery at quarterback. Sure at fullback. Quick pitch to the tailback. Dawson Lance, and another great block from Connor on the lead block, and Dawson's in standing up, untouched for the touchdown around the right end, and Osborne leads 40-0 with 4:57 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I always like to see those offensive linemen get the block of the game, because that's kind of an award that's for them. But we have seen some excellent blocking by the running backs, and sometimes they need to be told, yeah, we recognize that.
Spread formation on the 2-point attempt. Guttery wants to throw. He rolls to the left, and a good play defensively there right at the goal line to knock it loose. And I believe that was Stahlbomber that knocked that ball out of there on the 2-point pass attempt. So the 2-point conversion attempt fails. 4:57 to play 3rd quarter. Osborne 40, Hanover 0. We are back in 60 seconds on KNDY.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's service you can always trust at Sink Gordon & Associates in Waterville and Marysville. Their experience in all matters of farm, business, and individual income tax planning and preparation, estates and trust, accounting and payroll services too. Call Chad Parker in Waterville at 363-2263 or Aaron Wright in Marysville at 562-3858. Sink Gordon & Associates, comprehensive and innovative accounting in Northeast Kansas since 1946.
4:57 to play 3rd quarter. Osborne leading 40-0. The Bulldogs have only beaten Hanover one time in their school history. That was last year in a regular season game in Osborne, 36-26. Hanover ended Osborne's season last year in the first round of the playoffs, 24-6 win in that cross-district game there in Osborne. So Osborne, again, looking for just their 2nd ever win over Hanover. They're 1-9 all time and 1-7 in the 8-man ranks. Handover in kick for Osborne is fielded by Chase Bruna at the 14. He gets out across the 20, out across the 25 to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. We'll wait for the official spot here. About the 27.5 is where they're going to put this one. 1st and 10 for Hanover. 4:51 to play in this 3rd quarter, and the Bulldogs with a 40-0 lead.
That was Guttery on the tackle. But it was Clay.
Yeah.
5'8", 150-pound sophomore. I'd like to get some of them young kids in, especially on the special teams, making plays.
It looks like there's some different guys coming in here defensively, too, for Osborne. Clay Guttery stays out there. Also on that front line, Gage Seifert, a defensive end position. Coming in motion is Chase Bruna. Stahlbomber's back in at quarterback. The pitch goes to the far side for Schwartz, who gets across the 30 and out to about the 32-yard line. Run play covers about 4 yards there. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Hanover.
Yeah, this is the dilemma for coaches. I've always been a proponent of letting the young guys play, but when you're limited with numbers, that makes it much more difficult because you don't want to risk having your starters out there deep into the game. So, when that's when it's nice if you have 20, 25 players where you can rotate your younger guys and keep the game going.
Second down and 6 for the Wildcats. Shotgun snap to Stahlbomber. Hands it off to Schwartz, and knifing into the backfield to blow that play up fast was, I believe it was Dawson Lance that made the initial hit. Also back there was Garmin.
I think I saw Dylan Potts, 5'8", 200-pound senior. And, and then he had lots of assistance. But Potts just did a great job.
2, not 5, that I saw out there. Zach Barnes for Osborne is out there as well.
Yeah,
but Potts, great play by him.
Playing the nose, and sometimes you miss a guy, miss an assignment. Maybe you're pulling or something and don't get the block, and that makes defensive linemen look good when they don't get blocked.
So loss of 3 on that play for Hanover. They have 3rd down and 9 against Stahlbomber in the shotgun. Pressure coming again up the middle. Stahlbomber looking deep over the top for Zarbanicki. There's a penalty flag that came out. It looks like we have pass interference on Osborne coming up, maybe a hold. Usually when that penalty flag comes out, there is going to be on the defense.
Yeah, when you're trailing the guy, and it wasn't the back judge, it was the official over here on the Hanover side. I'm sure the Hanover coaches were assisting with their thoughts on what needed to be called on the play, so you're probably going to have the wrist grab here.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Holding called on Osborne. So that's a 10-yard penalty. It's not an automatic first down, but it will be a first down as it was 3rd down and 9 there for Hanover. So moving up 10 yards, it'll be 1st and 10. Should be for the Wildcats about the 39 on their own side of the field.
Another nice-looking pass, just a little bit off. And why is it off? Because, as you said earlier, you grab that guy, it slows him up, and the quarterback wasn't planning on the guy getting slowed up in his route by a hold.
8 penalties, 75 yards now for Osborne in this game. In the shotgun is Reichenstahlbomber. And the shotgun snap. Stahlbomber had pressure again. Fires up the field looking for Zarbanicki, and it's just out of his reach at the 15-yard line near hash. Incomplete. And it's 2nd down and 10 for Hanover.
You can just see that Hanover has a lot of potential in the passing game. Still early in the year. And it's just been the pass rush that has been the difference defensively for Osborne tonight. The quarterbacks have just not been able to be comfortable to stand in there and step and throw and make accurate passes because when you're getting hit and maybe the receivers aren't open, then that totally disrupts and destroys a passing game.
2nd down and 10 for Hanover. The ball at their own 39-yard line. 3:17 to play 3rd quarter. Osborne with a 40-0 lead on the Wildcats here in Hanover tonight. Trips to the far side, the shotgun, Reichenstahlbomber for Hanover. Being just in his own territory. Pressure coming again from the edge. Seifert hits Stahlbomber as he throws and leaves it just incomplete at the 19-yard line. That one intended for Chase Bruna, who had kind of beaten his man over there on the far side. But again, that pressure coming quick, and it's now 3rd down and 10.
You can't have a better call, Dusty. That's exactly what happened. You got a guy that's open for the touchdown, but the ball falls short because the quarterback is being hit as he's throwing. And if you've ever thrown a football when someone's hitting you, obviously it's not going to get to the intended area that you were going to throw it. So that's all about the pass rush. Once again, that's been the key to this game defensively tonight for Osborne.
3rd down and 10 will be coming up after a Hanover timeout. 3:13 to play 3rd quarter. Osborne 40, Hanover 0. We're back in 60 seconds on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
Quality health care dedicated to your satisfaction. That's the standard of the Hanover Hospital and Warren Clinic. Your choice for quality care right where you live. Doctors Roger and Linda Warren and nurse practitioners Aubrey Schaefer and Jada Edgar offer general hospital and surgery services, home health, swing beds, and long-term care. Hanover Hospital and the Warren Clinic, your choice for quality health care right where you live.
Not everyone can become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a traditional experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry. And what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Hanover trailing Osborne 40-0. They have 3rd down and 10 at their own 39 coming up. Wildcats have 2 receivers to the near side, Chase Bruna and Josh Zarbanicki. Over to the far side is Cameron Duneman. Stahlbomber in the shotgun to his right hip is Schwartz. Hard count here for Stahlbomber, trying to maybe get somebody to jump. This ball snapped off of Stahlbomber, and he's sacked in the backfield. It went off of his left hip and rolled to the ground. Tried to pick it up and run away, but it's a loss of 5 back to the 34 for Hanover, and 4th down and 15 for the Wildcats. Just couldn't quite reel in the snap that time for Hanover.
Yeah, there's just lots of things that go into your thinking as a quarterback in the shotgun when you know that you're going to see a massive amounts of pressure, and most of those thoughts are not good.
2:44 and counting in the third quarter, 40-0 Osborne. Josh Zarbanicki set to punt the football away. Hunter Howell goes back to return for Osborne again, standing at his own 10. A low snap. Zarbanicki again is not going to be able to get a punt off, but he does run away from the defense looking for a first down. Goes forward still on his feet. Oh, he got stood up right near that, but he keeps going forward and has the first down out across the 30 of Osborne and down to the 28. What a play that time. They needed 14 for a first down, and they get 17 on the play. And a busted play goes for a 17-yard run and a first down for the Wildcats at the Osborne 28.
Yeah, 2 guys come clean to block the punt, and Zarbanicki says, well, I can't punt it. I'm going to take off around the left end, and that's the problem when you give that much pressure. You are the contained man on this side, and when you go after the ball, you lose containment. Everybody else around the block. That's that biggest yardage game played tonight for Hanover comes on a 4th down play. It's supposed to be a punt, but great play by Zarbanicki to keep the Hanover down the line. Down the near sideline, Zarbanicki goes up 10 points. It's not incomplete. Hunter Howell on coverage at about the yard line. There was a little bit of contact, but it was coming from both sides that time. So I like that there was no flag from there. And it's settled down. Yeah, that's perfect coverage by Howell. Getting his head around. That makes a play on the ball. That's exactly the way you're supposed to play it in the secondary. Kind of ends up being a jump ball, and it gets knocked to the ground. So you just love to see that when it was underthrown and you don't get your head around. You get your hips around and your head around, and you are able to make a play on the ball. 2nd down and 10 for Hanover. The ball at the 28-yard line. Again in the shotgun is Reichen Stahlbomber. Calling out a linebacker on the right side of the defense here. Stahlbomber with a hard count, long count. Pump fakes, wants to throw a little shovel, a little pop pass to Schwartz. He's on the near side. The blitz was coming, and they're trying to go up the middle. Schwartz is knocked out of bounds. He actually stepped out of bounds before he was knocked out of bounds at the 27. So that ends up being about a 1.5-yard gain on the play. 3rd down and about 8 coming up. Another screen pass. And, if you've watched a lot of football over the years, you know the number one play that you have to run to try to keep the defense honest is that screen pass when you're seeing all this pressure that Osborne is bringing.
3rd down about 8 for Hanover. Again, one receiver to the far side is Juneman, 2 to the near. Stahlbomber with Schwartz to his left hip this time on the 3rd and long. Stahlbomber wants to throw, looking deep over the middle. It's high, and it is caught. Touchdown, Hanover. In the end zone, Cameron Juneman twisting and turning the defender, Zach Barnes. And that one is a 28-yard touchdown pass from Reichen Stahlbomber. Again to Cameron Juneman for Hanover as they're on the board for the first time of the game. 1:40 to play third quarter, 40-6 Osborne.
Well, that's been there all night long, Dusty. It's just a matter of just barely having enough time to get it off. And lots of starters for Osborne are on the sideline. And what that does is you don't have Sure with his quickness getting to the quarterback, which would be a second quicker, and some of those defensive ends. And all of a sudden you have another half second or second to throw the football, and you end up with a touchdown.
2-point attempt for Hanover. Trips to the near side. Stahlbomber in the shotgun for the Wildcats. A long count again. Stahlbomber. Pump fakes near side, goes into the back of the end zone, and a wide-open receiver there to make the grab was the one that scored the touchdown. So Cameron Juneman catches the 2-point pass as well. 1:40 to play third quarter. Osborne 40, Hanover 8. Back after the timeout in 60 seconds on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas, a proud Wildcat booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
When I looked for a home improvement loan, I knew there were lots of options, but the choice turned out to be simple. I did my homework, then I went to the home of the home improvement loan.
If you want the best service and competitive rates from an experienced quality lender, your decision just got a lot easier. Come talk to us about your home improvement loan. We are an equal housing lender. Citizen State Bank of Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Quality banking since 1907. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. The Osborne Bulldogs leading Hanover now 40-8 with 1:40 to play in the third quarter. Chase Bruna has it teed up to kick for Hanover. It's an onside kick, takes a high bounce, and jumping on top of it for Osborne, that was Lincoln Kane, picking it up at about the 27 on that bouncy kick that Kane covers up 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at 27. Again, they have a lead of 40-8 with 1:38 to play in the third quarter. And it looks like they might have some different players out here on offense as well. Caden Schultz is coming out for the Bulldogs. Guttery will be quarterback, but Schultz seeing some action here on the offensive side of things. The freshman, the only freshman on the team for Osborne here in 2022.
That was an excellent recovery of that kick.
Yeah, it was 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They have the I formation with Schultz at fullback. The pitch goes to Lance. He cuts back inside at midfield. Now goes to the outside again at the 35 and finally run out of bounds on that far sideline. We'll see where they actually spot him here. They put it at about the 32-yard line. 19-yard run that time. Actually, we'll call it a 20-yard run that time from Dawson Lance.
Yeah, I like to see those outside plays that the Bulldogs are running. I mentioned that in the first half, that it looked like they had the edge, and then it's going to be one-on-one with that corner. If that corner doesn't make the tackle and Lance Beatty missed, then you're going to have a big play.
1st and 10 Osborne at the Hanover 32. Coming in motion in front of Guttery is Lance. It's a quarterback sweep right side the whole time. Lance with a decent block. Guttery lowers the shoulder. Doak dives forward to the 21. And another nice run, picking up about 10 yards on that carry, about 11 yards actually, a first down for Osborne, down to the 21 of Hanover.
There's a freshman making the tackle for Hanover. Braylon, is it Mine? M-E-Y-N?
Mine. You nailed it.
135-pound freshman, and that was an excellent tackle. He came up and had good form, and he's given up some size to a 200-pound quarterback.
Ball down to about the 20, actually. Here, 1st and 10 for Osborne at the Hanover 20. Guttery under center with the I formation behind him. Pitch goes this time to Howe. Hunter bounces off the first tackle, shakes another one. Far side still on his feet, and finally pushed out of bounds near the first down marker at the 11-yard line. He's a yard short, but a nice run for Hunter Howe with his first carry of the night, going for 9, down to the Hanover 11 with 2nd down and 1 coming up.
Hunter didn't run that like a 150-pounder.
No.
I think there were several guys that bounced off of him, just did a good job of keeping the leg drive going, and 3 or 4 guys just were not able to bring him down.
Actually, an 8-yard carry, so 2nd down and 2 at the 12 for Osborne. Down to 42 seconds to play in the third quarter. Fake to the fullback. They give to Howell again. Near side breaks the tackle to the 5 in front of the near side. Pile on into the end zone for the touchdown. A 12-yard run from Hunter Howell for the Bulldogs, as Osborne now leads 46-8 with just under 34 seconds remaining in this third quarter. That's the 2nd touchdown run of the season for Hunter Howell.
He looks good running the football.
Yeah, he does.
He's got a little
Coach is telling me, he's like, I think we need to give Hunter the ball a little bit more. This is 2 carries, and he's into the end zone tonight. 2-point attempt coming up for Osborne. Guttery hands it off, and diving into the end zone for the 2-pointer is, you guessed it, Hunter Howell. He takes it in for 2, and Osborne's back up by 40 with 33.8 on the clock in the third quarter. 48-8 Bulldogs. We're back after a 60-second timeout on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff of Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it the most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. They know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and now Humboldt, Nebraska.
Every driver is different. So is every car insurance policy. At Blue Valley Insurance, we get it. That's why we offer an array of options, from affordable coverage options to extra services and money-saving discounts. We're here to help you build the best car insurance policy for your needs. What's more, the right car insurance coverage can help protect you and your loved ones in the event of a car accident, theft, or other covered loss. See us at Blue Valley Insurance in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville.
33.8 seconds on the clock, 48-8 in favor of the Osborne Bulldogs. Hanover scored their first touchdown, and it took a minute and 7 seconds for Osborne to answer a touchdown run from Hunter Howe. This ball hits the up man again for Hanover, and fighting for the football, I believe the Wildcats have it. Ripping it out of there for Hanover was Patrick Cook, and Hanover will have great field position starting this next drive at their own 38-yard line with just under 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, good job of fighting for that football by Cook. And I'm going to tell him, tell my front guys, when that ball's a line drive at you, let it go by you, because I don't care who you are. That is hard. He did a great job of making that recovery, but it bounced off of him, and Osborne just about got the recovery. Those linemen just want to get their hands on the ball, though.
They do.
A lot of times, though, it doesn't turn out good for the team that's getting kicked to.
So we're approaching the end of the third quarter. We're down to just under 30 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 for Hanover. Stahlbomber near side. Catch is made by Zarbanicki, and he's whipped to the turf by Dawson Lance at about the 35 of Osborne. And did they say he went out of bounds? They did, so they stopped the clock with 23 seconds to play here in the quarter. We have second down and about 2.5, maybe 3 yards, 7-yard pass play that time from Stahlbomber to Zarbanicki,
Just a nice quick out, and thought maybe he was going to break that tackle of Lance, but Lance does a good job of getting him to go out of bounds.
First catch of the night for Zarbanicki goes for 7 yards. Second down and a short 3 coming up here for Hanover. 23 seconds in the third quarter. Again, Osborne with a 40-point lead, 48-8. Stahlbomber again calling out blitzers here as he sees them. Handoff goes to Schwartz as he takes it forward. Near the first down marker, we'll see where they spot this. It looks like he's got enough for a first down if they're taking the far side. Yep, they did take that spot. So about a 3-yard pickup and a first down for Hanover. Braden Schwartz on the carry.
And Clay Guttery for Osborne with another tackle.
Out of 12 seconds to play third quarter, I believe. Hanover's probably just going to let this one run out, and we'll take it to quarter number 4. Matt Hoyer's in no hurry right now. After 3 quarters, Osborne 48, Hanover 8. We're back in 60 seconds with the final quarter here on KNDY, FM 95.5 and SunflowerStateRadio.com.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Main Street Market is a proud supporter of all Wildcat athletics, your local hometown grocery store. Stay up to date on all the new deals, news, and sales by checking out their Facebook page. Stop by and see everything that they have to offer. That's Main Street Market, downtown Hanover, proud supporter of Wildcat athletics.
1 quarter remaining here in Hanover. 48-8, Osborne with the lead over Hanover. The Wildcats have 1st and 10 at the 32 of Osborne coming out of the end of the quarter. Hanover's starting to get a little bit going offensively here in the second half.
Well, it's just a matter of not being disrupted as much in the passing game. You've got several new guys in defensively for Osborne, and that's given them that extra second they need to execute this passing game, and you're seeing now the ability of the Hanover to move the football through the air.
It is 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They have the ball at the Osborne 32 as we start quarter number 4. Stahlbaum with a quick pitch near side. Schwartz, he's sprung out. What a play defensively. Knifing into the backfield is Quentin Morris to make the stop for Osborne, and a loss all the way back to the 38. A 6-yard loss on the play, and it's second down. They That guy over on the far side that's supposed to be the guy that I'm looking at for the spot is not doing a great job. He keeps moving it up a yard after I say what yard line it's on. We go to the 36. It's about a 4-yard loss, second down and 14.
You're just too quick, Dusty.
I know. He's stopping, and it's like that's who I always look at to see the spot because he's closest to the chains. And
that's how you set the edge by Morris getting across.
Oh, absolutely. So a loss of, we'll call it 5 there, second down and 15. Now a penalty flag and
nose guard jumped.
Yeah, offsides on Osborne.
I didn't know if you saw that. You were writing it down. They got up there pretty quick, but those guys
they called it a false start actually.
Well,
he jumped, but that's because Hanover jumped first apparently.
But nobody else jumped, so that makes me think the ball didn't move. But it could have been somebody else in the offensive line. But yeah, the nose guard. He's looking down at the official. He gave a crouch thing, like the center was moving. So he's doing his job as a nose guard. He's saying, "Hey, that guy's moving, so I moved."
So another 5-yard loss there. Second down and about 19-20 to go for the first down now. And Hanover under center. Stahlbaumer dropped it, and Osborne's on top of it, I believe.
Whoever the linebacker is, he fell on it immediately.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way. Is that Clay?
7.
Okay, so that's picked up by Dalton Garman for Osborne. And the turnover gives it back to the Bulldogs.
That's not good when you snap the ball, and it's not good for the offense. You snap the ball, and it goes forward across your line of scrimmage. It gets knocked probably by the quarterback's foot. And so it goes right to the middle linebacker. He just falls on. That's just a unlucky play for the offense.
So that was the first turnover of the game for Hanover. They did obviously lose that onside kick there late in the second quarter, I should say. There's a timeout on the field. We've taken enough time here, so we're just going to keep it right here for now. 11:09 to play in the game, and a 48-8 lead for Osborne. Wildcats again had some things going a little bit there, but this drive they went backwards a couple plays, and then the fumbled snap recovered by Osborne just inside Hanover territory at the 39.
Yeah, and now obviously if you're utilizing your math skills, you're 6 points away from the 45-point rule, so we'll see what Osborne chooses to do here. They've had some different guys, different running backs out there, but still they were able to march right down the field on the last drive and put a touchdown up in just 4 plays.
Yeah, Connor sure hasn't played since about midway through the third quarter. I don't know if there's any kind of issue or if they're just holding him out or what the deal is with that, because they have done some subbing, and even if there's not an issue, it's probably not a bad idea to make sure he doesn't get hurt in a 40-point game.
Yeah, he's had a really good game tonight. He has been so disruptive from that monster middle linebacker spot, and his blocking and running have been very impressive.
Clay Guttery, a quarterback. He gets a quick pitch to Hunter Howe, who runs around that far right side at the 30 and knocked out of bounds, showing his ability to run the football yet again. Hunter Howe inside the Hanover 25 down to the 24. Pickup of about 15 on that run play, 16 we'll call it, to the 23.5-yard line.
Just to the corner pretty quick, and that's something that I noticed early in the first quarter, is that you're able to get to the outside pretty quick, and there's puts a lot of pressure on your corners for Hanover to have to make the tackle.
48-8, with 11:02 remaining in the game. Osborne with the football. Guttery hands off to the fullback this time. Running this time is Schultz, and he takes it forward to about the 21. A 2-yard pickup on the play, setting up second down and 8 for Osborne. The first carry of the ball game for Caden Schultz.
That's a play. It looks like that's when you know your offensive line is doing a good job. It looks like the defense made a really good play and stuffed the run play, and you look up and gained about 3 yards on the play.
Second down, about 7.5 to go for the first. 10.5 to play in the game, but Osborne, again, as Todd said, if they can get another score on the board here without Hanover making the stop, this game would be over. Clay Guttery talking to Hunter Howe, who's now lined up at a in position, kind of a wing position there on the right side. Clay with the keep on the right side. Cuts inside. Nice move by Guttery. Spins off a tackle down to the 16-yard line. So a pickup of 5 on that run for Clay Guttery. Nice run for the sophomore Guttery.
Yeah, I think he came back to his quarterback, and the quarterback said, "You make a good block for me on the corner so I can cut it up and get to the end zone." Made a good block. Hal made a good block and a good cut, but just a good backside pursuit by Hanover.
3rd down and 2 now for Osborne. They have the ball at the Hanover 16. I formation behind Clay Guttery at quarterback. Fullback Schultz, tailback Howell. Hunter cuts inside, jumps over defender at the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. And Osborne puts this one on ice as Hunter Howell takes it in from 16 yards out, his 2nd touchdown of the game. He finished with 4 carries for 52 yards, all in the last couple of drives for Osborne offensively. And the Bulldogs win it again by a final of 54-8. Game called at 9:36 here in this 4th quarter on the 16-yard touchdown run for Hunter Howell of Osborne. So big game tonight for the Bulldogs as they improve now to 2-1. And Hanover in uncharted territory as they're now 0-3 on the season. 54-8 Osborne with the win, 9:36 4th quarter. We are going to take a timeout here on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. Come back with our post game in a moment.
Every great team has shared qualities that separated them from all else. Whether you're talking about the 72 Dolphins, the 92 Dream Team, the Fab Five, or the Magnificent Seven, you can count on one thing. The vision was clear and the commitment was obvious. High standards were set and improvement was never ending. At Sapp Brothers, our goal is simple: to be your #1 source of propane, lubricants, and extreme premium diesel fuel. And we'll reach our goal by treating you like family and giving you service that makes you want to come back. Join our team, Sapp Brothers Petroleum, in Philly, Crete, Lincoln, Humboldt, and Hanover, Kansas.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
Ricky's Cafe in Hanover ain't just good, it's home. From their daily specials to a full menu, choose your favorite served fresh, hot, and fast. Your family when you stop at Ricky's Cafe, and you're welcome anytime. Enjoy the delicious menu choices, and of course, when you're hosting an event, bring Ricky's Catering along. With a variety of options available, always at affordable prices. Call for your next engagement and count on Ricky's Cafe at Hanover.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Get professional service in all brands of equipment. Call KNDY Electric in Hanover, your local Rheem contractor, at 785-337-2598 today.
Well, welcome back on KNDY and SunflowerStateRadio.com. Again, the game called at the 9:36 mark of the 4th quarter. The Osborne Bulldogs improved to 2-1. Hanover dropping to 0-3. Osborne winning 54-8 here in Hanover tonight. Scoring summary for the second half as Osborne led 34-0 at halftime. Dawson Lance a two-yard touchdown run at 4:57 in the third gave Osborne a 40-0 lead. They kind of started subbing a little bit there at that point then, and then a 28-yard touchdown pass from Riken Stahlbaumer to Cameron Ginneman. Ginneman caught the 2-point pass from Stahlbaumer to give cut Osborne's lead to 40-8 at 1:40 to play in the third. With 33 seconds left in the third quarter, a 12-yard touchdown run for Hunter Howell. He added the 2-point run to make it 48-8. And then a 16-yard touchdown run for Howell. There's no attempt because the game was over at 54-8 with 9:36 in the fourth quarter. Osborne with 435 yards of total offense here in the game tonight, 296 on the ground and 139 through the air. So, again, 435 total offense tonight for Osborne. Leading the way for the Bulldogs was Dawson Lance, 14 carries, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bill Guttery had 14 carries for 103 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Hunter Howell finished with 4 carries for 52 yards, all in the last 2 drives for Osborne. A couple touchdown runs for Howell, and also 7 carries for 32 yards for Connor Schertzeit. He didn't play about midway through the third quarter is when he came out of the game. Clay Guttery had 1 for 5, 1 for 3 for Caden Schultz as well for Osborne. Doak Guttery finished the game 6 of 10 passing for 139 yards and a touchdown, 3 catches for 88 yards for Nathan Goheen, and scored 14 yards on 1 catch for Lincoln Kane, and also 2 catches for 37 yards for Connor Sure. Osborne did have 8 penalties tonight for 75 yards. That about our station. Coach Karen had a nice win tonight for Osborne. Really looking for the first time this year for the Bulldogs players. Really good. Last year we get back to that field. Didn't really get a lot of offense that on 435 yards offense last year. They had 176. Good balance on the offensive side
really, you saw a lot of inside run game on the first half.
Hanover had just 60 yards total offense here tonight. The best offensive play was on a punt that was a punt attempt that was stopped by a rush from Osborne, and John Darvinick, he got a first down, 17-yard play there, and that's what kept the drive alive. That he got down to 28 run touchdown pass. The next play was Hanover's only score tonight, so that was actually technically the best offensive play. Was touchdown pass. The total here, so I need to add that to total here. Actually, no, I did add that.
You know, as you're updating that, you look quick on Hanover. So obviously, strong coach see if we find that some of the big pressure, step lower, get the step off, push off the fingertips, and put back just get the next couple passes there, passes, job on the second half. Not as far away as someone might say they're being able to get them off and of course. And, you know, they play a pretty good schedule so far. So that's kind of what happened in this part of the state. There's some pretty good teams in this area and in this league.
Yeah. Final 49-48. They were on. Hanover finished with 60 yards total offense, 49 for the year, but around 17 yards on the Southern Key. And there's positive yards up around Hanover tonight. Back to solve on 12 and 20-yard touchdown pass. In Duneman, 10-yard pass. Burns Pike also 8 yards receiving. Sports for Hanover with the sports here tonight, 7 on check. Josh Southern Key check 6 yards receiving. Standing out from Hanover. They had 5 penalties for 27 yards, only 1 penalty in the second half. And Hanover falls tonight. They dropped to 0-3. And again, Hanover not used to having a record like that to start the season, but as Tom said, they're already playing good. Hanover is getting the time to down and watch it better as the season goes on. They've obviously learned a lot about their team for the first 3 weeks of the season with the no start, and they fall on tonight. 6. Quarter Osborne now. Next week, the Wildcats will be at the Valley Ring-Off. This was Osborne Lake Stop. Check the actual foot flies and get behind that for the broadcast real fast. That last check, actual was up to 12. We'll put by Washington County wins nothing as well. Closing out 5 to 6 something night. Here in Hanover tonight, Osborne 54, Hanover 8, 9:36 to play. studio here at KNDY. Big thanks to them for letting us get it on the internet anyway. Stream. My co-commentator tonight as well. In Osborne with us tonight, 4-8 over Hanover.
Landall Company's success story continues to be written by their loyal and dedicated team members. Landall congratulates their employees on another successful year with an incentive bonus of 12.76% or 6.64 weeks of pay. With many career opportunities available, Landall offers career advancement, stable employment, and benefits that include profit sharing, $2 per hour shift differential, 4% attendance bonus, fuel allowance, comprehensive health insurance, and much more. Start your new chapter at Landall today. Apply online at landall.com, an equal opportunity employer welcoming vets and disabilities.
Raise your hand if you need more internet speed. It's time to get your hands on much faster internet. Don't settle for yesterday's internet speed when you have a home full of today's devices. Upgrade your Blue Valley Technologies internet speed now to the speed you need and get a $50 bill credit. If you're new to Blue Valley, you get 2 months free and everyone gets free installation on managed Wi-Fi. Visit bluevalley.net/raise your hand today.
Hanover Wildcat Football, a service of Hanover Hospital, Hanover Electric, Blue Valley Technologies, Andy's Hardware and Lumber, the Citizen State Banks, Brunei Implement, Hanover Insurance Agency, Midwest Products, Landall Company, Marine and Farmers Mutual Insurance, Main Street Market, Ricky's Cafe, B&W Service, and Sapp Brothers Petroleum.